Okay, the music. Keaton.
Hey now, welcome to Gen Lab. I'm Darren.
This is Greg, the dud.
Yeah, and I'm Jasmine.
And on Gen Lab, what we do is we typically talk about generational differences and have guests. And sometimes we play games. Sometimes we just shoot the shit. It's whatever. But I'm so excited about today, because we have an actual real guest. This is the first guest we've had that has internet. Yeah, no offense to everybody else.
Yeah, no offense.
He actually has some serious internet credibility, and none of us actually know him. So one of us has known every guest we've had in the past. He's a true person that we don't know. So I'm going to go to him. Keaton, introduce yourself, and we're going to go from there.
Yeah, we got some questions for you, Keaton, and you get one word.
Absolutely. Keaton Hargett. Yeah, my mom definitely recommended coming on. I've been a guest on a couple different podcasts, but they're all sports oriented. So this is definitely a first for me as well.
Yeah, I see that OSU hat right there. Okay, so you get one word to answer.
Go Cowboys.
One word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cheating. And I have a series of questions for you. And so it could be fun. It could be really hard to do. Okay. So where are you from?
I'm from Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh, see, that was so many words. One word.
Well, Fort Worth is
2 words.
answer.
How about 3 words?
Yeah. You got to find a way. One word. No, you don't get 3. I said one.
She's very serious.
Okay, what do you do for a living?
Unemployed.
Perfect.
Wow.
And no explanation. I just love it. Okay. Where do you go to school?
No.
Okay. How old are you?
What year were you born?
Yeah,
97.
what year?
I can't answer that. There's 2
In
words.
In one word. How
90s.
90s. Okay. And then late 90s. It's got to be, right? Because you're Gen Z.
Yeah, that's 2 different words. That's
Post
2 words.
1996, I'm guessing. Well,
I'm guessing
it's not
99.
Important. Okay. Those are all the questions.
Said 97.
So he did a really good job, I'd say. So that's 2 words. Disqualified, but I really great. So awesome.
So you're barely Gen Z.
Kinda. I mean, I don't really know, because like it's kind of like me being a 90s baby. It's like, am I really a 90s baby? Like I was 3 whenever it turned 2000.
Right. Yeah. You don't really know anything until you turn like 10, and then you're like,
what is the cutoff? What is the cutoff between Gen Z and is it millennial?
96.
Yeah, I think it's 96.
So is he a millennial or Gen Z?
Barely Gen Z.
Yeah.
He's the front line of Gen Z. You're doing great. You're doing a great job.
You're like as old as the movie Titanic. So have you ever seen that?
Take that. Yeah, no, I've seen Titanic.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I love that movie.
I thought that happened in like 1918 or something.
Oh, well, the event was like 1912, but the movie didn't come out till far later.
The event happened
during... It's not
during...
a true story, so just keep that in mind. It's
not?
Like based on a true...
The event happened during Darren's era.
Lifetime, yeah. And then
when I was in
the movie came out, the day that Darren was born.
I was one of the babies crying in the hull of the ship when it was going down.
In the C class or C deck or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I asked all of my questions to Keaton. Does anybody else have any other one word answer questions?
So your mom was on the show. Did you watch it?
No. As a matter of fact, she was kind of cracking me up because I have my own podcast, right? And it's more sports focused.
She's very proud.
I've worked for Barstool Sports in the past, as well as Old Row. I've had on great guests such as like Tyreek Hill, Mason Rudolph, Brandon Whedon, and I'm very active in the Oklahoma State community. And she started giving me advice about how to run my podcast better because she went on there all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
Mom, I was like, you realize like my podcast is banging. I was like, a lot of people listen to
Yeah.
it.
Oh, it's
Like,
banging, right?
you go on
Okay,
one
cool.
podcast,
It's
But you can
awesome,
always,
you got
hey,
and I
you
opinions
can
have
on
always
listened to
take
it,
in
and I like it.
all the advice, mull it over,
And
and
throw out what you
then
don't
throw
like.
out whatever you
I
don't
just
want.
want to say that I have listened to it. I've listened to like probably 4 different ones. I know I'm way behind. There's like
Dude, they're
60,
so bad in the
but
beginning. But yeah.
well,
Same here.
That's where we're
Same
at
here.
right
part
now.
of
I
it.
think we're changing it with this one episode. So
Oh
Yeah.
no
man,
pressure.
we're about to skyrocket getting you on here. I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
I mean, we'll have so
No.
many people watching it, I think. So
So
it's
let's
great.
Yeah.
talk about your podcast. What's it called so people can find it? You know, we got to.
Yeah, when the 2 people that listen to our podcast listen, they are gonna need to
Hey,
know
we
yours.
had
Yeah,
29
so
views in
Wow.
24 hours on the last one.
29.
Yeah, it's called the Probscast, PROBS cast. And it's mainly the reason it's called that is on Twitter. My handle is at OK State Probs, which I just crossed 20K 2 days ago on followers.
Oh, good.
But yeah,
Oh,
well, I'm working for
okay.
Barstool Sports and all that beforehand. I did a lot of social media work as well as I said I was unemployed because I had a one word answer, but realistically,
No, I don't want
yeah,
you to
I mean, I
elaborate
don't,
at all. I'm just
no, you're good. I don't have a day job right now, but I'm still a board member
Right.
for NIL operations at Oklahoma State, and like how all the college athletes get paid legally and all that.
Well, I am
He has
unemployed,
prospects. That's
so
what he has. Prospects.
it's
That's better
yeah.
than a job,
Yeah.
actually.
I don't even
Yeah,
have an
the terrible
elaboration. I'm
economy.
just straight unemployed.
Yes.
So until this takes off, let's do
I hear
it, guys.
Fort Worth is not hiring. You know what? You need to join. You need to move to Fayetteville.
No, Darren, bad
No.
advice. So
I got
bad.
3 younger brothers that
Whatever.
all
I
go to
mean,
the
you-
University of Arkansas.
You seem really into OSU. Wow,
I know,
is it
but-
just Oklahoma City is disgusting and you don't want to live there? Or
Oh.
I mean, I'm from Fort Worth, and then so I graduated December 2021, and then I moved out to Daytona Beach, Florida, where I was working for NASCAR.
Mhm.
And it was awesome, and I loved it. And then the girl I was dating, who I met at NASCAR, she took a job at Texas A&M, and I was already kind of like I met the ceiling where I was at entry level wise.
yeah,
And so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get a normal day job because I don't really care about other sports. I care about Oklahoma State and like the DFW
Yeah.
team. So I came back, got into finance. It was awesome until I got laid off like 3 months ago. So my
Oh,
mom's not too proud of that, but here we are.
well, laid off is not
I
fired.
don't know. You're doing good enough to get on this podcast,
I mean,
so
yeah,
you're
you
doing
got
great.
NASCAR
Yeah.
under your belt. You've got Barstool Sports. Those are some really big
and
names.
Greg's
I mean,
very finance
cool.
minded, and all his peeps are finance types. So who knows? This may turn into something.
You
hey,
never know.
I
Yeah.
see the merch, Greg.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
the merch.
definitely
We got
tight.
merch on today.
We got the
So
merch.
I
all
will
right.
recommend it. Hey, yeah, you like it? This is
How's
me
that?
here.
No.
If you don't be
Yeah.
honest. Just
Yeah.
so
No,
you
I
know.
like
be
it.
totally honest. This
No,
is the
don't.
honest.
Can you
cast,
guess
is what
which
we
ones
should call it.
are who? This is
Yeah,
me in the middle. Do you know
Darren
the
far
other
left
two?
on your shirt?
Yep,
Yeah, that would
Yep.
be right.
that's Darren.
And you know who
I
this
actually,
is? Yeah.
I had an idea coming home today. I think we
Oh,
should
no.
redo it and basically make it a water tower with our faces on it, kind of like.
I like that better. We didn't know what we were doing. Honestly, I
No,
think
I
I
get it.
should be in the middle, not because I want to be in the middle, just because the balance of it I hate. But you know what? We'll just go with it for now. It's
And
fine.
Keaton, the reason why I said that, for some reason, one of the first conversations we had, I moved here from a tiny little town in Louisiana, and everybody takes their picture at the water tower, and like for Facebook posts and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, hometown," or "Oh, my sweet town," or whatever.
He
We
left.
lost
He's
him.
not interested at
I'm
all.
No,
back
you
on
didn't
that.
want to hear water tower talk.
No, I'm listening to the water
So
tower.
anyway,
He's like, my
so-
mom warned me about the water
He
tower
went-
situation.
So I didn't understand the whole thing with water towers. So I
Mhm.
started talking about it. Now we talk about freaking water towers all the time.
Water
send me
towers run my life.
people send me pictures from all over the
Yeah.
country about water towers. So anyway, I don't know, man, but I think our logo needs to be a water tower with our kind of like what is it in the Mount Rushmore, but a water tower. That's kind of.
Oh, you're thinking like the impression of our face, like it's embedded in the water tower, or
I'll do anything
That's what he
as
was
long
saying,
as there's
yeah.
some water
that's
tower
harder to
involved.
do. I'm very limited in my abilities.
You're doing great.
I do have a question. I was driving somewhere. I don't even remember where now. I think it was in North Carolina when we were there. And there was like a sign for, no, it was Oklahoma City maybe. Anyways, whatever. There's a sign and it says, it said like adult store or adult superstore, couples welcome. What does that mean? Why?
I think they want the girls to come in because it makes it more exciting. Maybe it's
Well,
not
I
so
don't know. I don't.
creepy.
But why do you have to like specify that? I feel like if I saw like an adult superstore or whatever, there's a million in Fayetteville. I don't know why.
I don't think
But
there are.
if I,
But
yeah, there's like along that strip, there's just like a million. And so I don't know. There's no sign that says, please bring your wife in with you or what. Oh no,
Uh-oh,
we
we
I
lost
think
our
lost
we
Keaton.
yeah,
guest, our
Keaton
special guest.
froze. So I wonder what we do now.
It was
She's
just
like,
wait.
I'm not getting on this thing and talking about strip clubs. I just don't know where that came from.
I
No,
like
no,
Keaton.
no. I like him
Keaton's
already.
great.
Yeah.
But I
I
don't want
think
him to know that. So
I
we're gonna
think we
cut
got
this.
gonged. This is like the gong show, and somebody got hit the gong.
Oh, the X button, like you don't want to continue the
Yes.
dating or whatever, and it's like bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit like we just got rejected by someone really cool. We went on a limb. They took a shot.
Well,
They did
April
not
may
like
not
us.
have paid the internet bill. Let me text him.
April's shutting him down. She's streaming 5 videos at once to make him have trouble.
Yeah.
She's watching Titanic.
What are you drinking? What are you thinking? What are you drinking?
Chardonnay. It's very yellow. I don't know why.
And what are you thinking?
Just thinking how I feel like I need to go cry because I was rejected again by Keaton.
He's
Sad.
troubleshooting now.
Sure.
Mhm.
Well, he's Gen Z, so that will be fine.
That's
He'll
what a
figure it
girl
out.
told me one time when I got stood up. I said, "Are we still meeting? I'm troubleshooting now."
Darren, you're ridiculous. You're a ridiculous person. Yeah. So
I'm used to rejection.
I do wonder what the couples welcome situation is. It feels a little bit like that one place off of Missouri.
No.
Yeah, so they
Missouri.
have the same thing up
think
on the
it's a
massage
good
places
thing.
at in the red light district. Couples
Where-
welcome.
where's
I
this?
think couples welcome means something. Is what I'm saying. Is
It
it like
was
means there's some sort
in
of orgy
Paris.
situation.
I don't think it does, but I don't know. I've never worked in the
We should
adult
go. Hey,
film
next
and-
time we're there, Darren, you and I can
Couples are
go in
welcome.
and ask them what couples welcome mean. Tell them, hey, we're a couple.
Is this in East Texas? Or is this somewhere else?
No, it's in Fayetteville or wherever, Bentonville or somewhere.
I don't know
Jasmine
where it
was
was.
talking
It
about
was
it.
somewhere. I saw it. I can't remember. I was
Oh,
driving.
she said she was driving somewhere.
I asked him if we ran him off. He said,
Yeah,
"Oh,
we
no.
scared him away.
My mother has a hot spot for the whole house." I don't know. I think April. She's like, "Get Keaton on. He's funny and all this." And then as soon as she gets on, she sends a Scud missile and takes him out.
Yeah, like I said, she's streaming every device in the house.
I think he's very animated and
He's
and
adorable. He's
You
great.
can say adorable, and you can see why he has his own podcast and how he's so popular.
Oh, I know. I want to get into it, and I want to send props to him.
I wonder if he knows how much, how many times we hung out with his mom.
He didn't want to hear that. I guarantee you.
No, I know.
Does he want to
wouldn't
hear
it.
about how you broke her leg twice? Or
He
something?
probably knows that. Should we hit pause and then come back on when he's
Yeah, let's
here?
We
do
can
this.
cut it.
We'll
we
just
can cut
cut
it. Just
it.
leave it. No, leave it.
Okay.
Leave it. Let's run it.
Okay, that's fair.
Because-
Well, maybe we could start talking about something else. I mean, we don't have to just wait, right?
Yeah.
Can I tell you guys
Yeah.
about how I become the worst human ever when my husband's not in town?
Let's do it.
I don't know why.
I thought
and
that
it's
was
not
off
like
limits.
no, that's fine. It's just look.
You had a bunch of ice
So
cream.
no, I don't. It's like if I was a single person, I would not eat according to this cycle that I've been out on. But hello, Keaton. Hi. We kind of started
I apologize about that.
talk about
It's
new
all right.
things.
We were talking about ice cream.
No,
Yeah,
so
no
we were
more
talking
water
about
towers
the
and ice
fact that
cream.
my
We're talking
husband.
about how much we like you and that you
We did say
rejected
that.
us and we
But
all
we're gonna
started
cut
eating
that
ice cream.
because we don't want you to get a big head. We feel like it's too
Yeah,
much.
however it works. My mom, she has this Wi-Fi that's like a personal hotspot for the whole household. Yet we typically all work from home, so I'm like, you realize this like solution It's not.
I
working.
knew it. I
It's
knew
not
it.
good.
I said she
Also, I
was
don't
out
play
streaming
Ring.
on all devices
Yeah,
to cut you
they
off.
blamed it on him.
Yeah.
On her for sure.
What I said is, she's like, you got to get Keaton on. He's hilarious. So okay, Keaton's on, and we start talking about strip clubs. So she sent a Scud missile and took
Yeah,
you
she
out.
was like, cut it.
She heard the naughty.
She
talk.
heard a bad
I mean,
conversation.
raising 4 boys, you know, what are you not going to hear, you know?
Yeah.
That's, well, I only have
Yeah.
2, and I feel like, and they're not even old, but
And you know
they rode
what?
the bus
She's
for
the
a little while.
perfect
So.
person for that. So we knew April in high school, and she was such a cool
We didn't go to
person
her school.
then. No, I didn't go to high school with her.
That's the first time that I've ever met someone who knew my mom in high school and said something like that. Is it because the camera's on? Or?
She's so cool.
She was crazy. She was so much fun.
I'm joking.
She's great. I love her.
We lost him again. Keaton.
Really?
Dude.
There you go.
No, you were
He's
just,
all right.
no, don't
He's hanging
panic.
in
Don't
there.
panic.
We need, okay.
It'll
before
clean
you
it up, by the
disappear
way.
again, let's pump up your podcast. Maybe you can get an extra 32 people from us. We can't offer a lot.
You already shared all that. We're good.
Yeah.
And whatever. We'll put it in the comments.
We're going to come back to social media stuff in a bit too. So, Jasmine, did you have something else you were
sorry,
going to?
I just want to finish my story.
Yes,
so I was going to
please.
say, so my husband is out of town. He's been out of town for a few days. He's been stuck because our transmission went out in Oklahoma City, which is the worst city of all time. Okay. I stand behind that. Other than your OSU and OU or whatever, they'll love everyone.
No, there's a big difference between OSU
it's a
and
gross.
OU.
I don't care. I don't care because it's a gross place and I hate it. And anyway, so he's been stuck there, and I have been home with just my youngest, and we haven't eaten, we haven't bathed, we haven't cleaned. The dishes were in the sink from like the day we got back.
Missy's house.
A horrible person when my husband's not around. I'm like, if I was single, nobody would talk to me. I made my bed. This is how I made my bed. Like specifically for this show because all of that was on the floor. So I'm the absolute
You're
worst
talking to
version
3
of
dudes
myself.
here, Jazz. You're not like none of us know
I don't
this.
know. Greg, I feel like probably has.
I threw away
like,
6 Coors Lights that were sitting behind me before the podcast. So
like,
if you really, yeah.
No, and that's what I would be like though. But
hey,
I'm
single. People still talk to me, Jazz. So I feel like you're not
that's
like
good.
you pump yourself up.
Empty beer cans.
I love that. Thank you, Keaton. I needed that today.
Yeah,
I really
self-confidence. I mean, at least you have a throw pillow on there.
Yeah, that was made in a good time mentally. Like the idea to have that, and it's been on the floor for the last 4 days, so it's good.
So is that a robe or is that I can't?
No,
see
it's a kimono. It's from anthropology.
Yeah. What's a
kimono? It's high
yeah.
fashion. It's very French.
It's a kimono that does not have a dragon on the back of it.
No dragons, just velvet, and I'm wearing a dress. And
Keaton
it would
asked
be
what a
very
kimono
cute.
is.
Yeah, I don't even know what a kimono is.
It's like you see them. They're like kind of like kind of like a. Like
Thank you, Keaton.
Flowy,
Thank you, Keaton.
It kind of looks like a robe.
It's like a flowy kind of cover that you wear, and
like whenever you get out of the shower, or like you're just lounging around the house.
When you're lounging around the house,
maybe going to the hot
smoking a cigar.
I was at a hotel the other night. And they had like 2 of them in the bathroom for me. What are the French people called again?
Kimono. So Jasmine's sitting around in her kimono with the long plastic cigarette holder with the cigarette at the end, like the pink with the pink
Sounds
panther.
great. I don't smoke, but that sounds nice.
Yeah, you kind of look like a Marlboro Light girl for sure.
And, she has so much
like a really
to do.
Bad diss, right?
She's moving in less than a week to North Carolina, and there's so much to do, and she's doing this.
Where are you going to North Carolina? Where are you going to North Carolina, and why?
Raleigh. Well, we're going to Raleigh. We're moving to Raleigh. You know, I think it's because we talked about it a little bit on the last episode, but I think we need a little bit more options for like things to do and people to see. And everywhere we go out here, there's one Target, and when you go to Target,
that's
you
the
see
fucking hot spot, Raleigh, North Carolina, man. It's just
Raleigh is like the top
economic
3 place to live.
Yeah,
oh my God.
I saw it. Yeah, and anything you read on the internet is true. You just there's no way you just threw a dart at the board and landed on Raleigh, North Carolina.
That's kind of how we moved here. We kind of were like, okay,
where
Alaska,
nah.
Bentonville,
it was between
Arkansas.
What, Des Moines and here?
Bentonville? Yeah, I mean, God, the bar's low.
Yeah, I know.
There's nothing to do. That's the only place I've never heard of that I know has
I will tell you.
That's not true. Bentonville's good.
Listen, Bentonville's nice for Arkansas.
If you like
but
outdoors,
I will say,
yeah.
I grew up in
For
California.
Arkansas.
Sorry about that. But and then we went to Dallas, and I was like, Dallas is kind of cool. But
Dallas
Raleigh's kind of a
sucks.
mix between big city and there's tons of trees. I don't know. We really liked it. We went and visited it to make sure visited it.
There's a place called the biggest little city in the South, or in that where is that? That's in Nevada.
Idea.
Fucking Bentonville
in the South.
South Nevada.
Not the South. I said South. I was wrong.
Oh, like Southwest.
Yeah,
maybe Southwest.
It's where you
I would
fly
never live in
into
Nevada.
if you go to
Nevada is how we say it over.
What is that place?
Darren,
Okay,
I don't know.
well, Darren's thinking about that and
I'm
looking
sorry.
Think
at
about it for another 10 minutes.
It's
and then
Tahoe. It's at the
I mean,
bottom of the
dude,
hill from
like-
Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe?
Not Lake Tahoe.
No,
Reno?
there's no way.
Reno.
If we go from south to Lake Tahoe, we're just all over the place. We need to recoup what's going on here.
Reno is the
I shouldn't have
grossest.
said
Let me
South.
tell you about Reno. Okay, I spent many a night in a hotel waiting for my mom to come back from gambling in Reno. It's the dirtiest place of all time. The best thing in that town is a Burlington
I'll bet
Coat
if we asked
Factory.
her mom, I'll bet
you.
she's like, yeah, just leave your kids at the
She's
hotel
like-
room and you'll have a blast.
She loved it. Yeah.
It's the
I've
best
left
place
me
ever.
alone.
You're like, okay, you can order as much pay-per-view as you want, and I'll see you in 4 days.
Smoking there alone. I'm sure, yeah. You were telling me it's a terrible time.
Their sign says the
Horrible.
biggest little city, or the biggest little town.
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Dude, small
it's-
town Louisiana. I'm
it's
sure you
gross.
pass by those dime a dozen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna leave Louisiana out of it
Out of
because
it?
I
it's
love
like I can
Louisiana.
crash it
I think
constantly,
Louisiana's the
so-
shit. I always have fun in Louisiana. You get drunk.
Okay, I have
you
a
see
house
booze.
to sell you
Like,
in
it's
Minden,
amazing.
Louisiana.
Dude, I'll do it. I love Louisiana.
Come
I
on.
dated this girl
It
that
has
went to
tennis
LSU.
courts. I think it does
Yeah.
It has a-
valet service.
Send me April
And
and
a
Royal
swimming pool and a hot
account
tub.
Yes.
number, and
Tennis courts.
I've got
It's got a
you.
But
studio
if you-
to do your
hey,
podcast in.
If you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
do pickleball, I'm pretty sure they can be converted.
Yeah.
Dude,
to
I played
pickleball.
pickleball. The pickleball capital in the U.S. was in Daytona Beach. It was nuts. Like people were like into the shit.
People really love it.
Yeah, they are in Minden also. So I think you fit
it's
in well.
everywhere. Yeah, the courts
Yeah,
are
the
always
largest growing sport in America or something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know. We used to just
Yeah.
jack around and go there. Like,
Hacky sack was the largest growing sport at one point.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
you already said I'm Gen Z, dude. I'm not doing the hacky sack.
Yeah, hacky sack is very
I went to a
genetic.
softball
of
game
you.
last weekend, and they were
my
playing
mom got me
hacky
an
sack.
iPad when I was young. I didn't need a hacky sack.
We didn't need hacky sacks. I had a Game Boy.
It teaches
I
hand-eye
did
coordination.
play hacky sack very briefly, but I was not good at it. I don't have that kind of coordination.
Yeah, me
Anything that
either.
involves a ball, I'm not very coordinated.
Yeah,
with.
Or
I
big
don't know
ball.
why.
road people for sure.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
kind of like ball-esque, but yeah.
It's ballers. Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you guys got
okay.
for him tonight?
So we have
Yeah.
a quick it's kind of just a game. I guess it's not a real game. It's I guess some questions. Here we go. So these are it's a segment called First and Last.
Oh yeah, it's a
All right.
segment, Greg. That's what
All right.
it's called.
It's a segment, yeah. So we'll go around the table and we'll do your first and last, right? So
Mhm.
it's the first one is your first trip. So to get the difference in our Gen Zs, millennials, and Gen Xs. So your first trip, like the year, who you went with, like did you go with your parents or was you to take your first trip outside the
Okay.
U.S. Whatever by yourself or with a girlfriend or whatever. So first trip outside the U.S. Where, when, with who, that kind of thing. Go ahead, Keaton.
Okay.
Okay, I went to Mexico. I go to Mexico like every 2 years.
Okay,
So
so that was your
probably-
first trip outside the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been
And
to
who-
another country outside of
with?
Mexico. Probably my family. Like, I go to
Family, okay.
Mexico often.
Do you
Where?
like how old were you? Do you know?
Like 12,
First one. 12.
maybe.
Are you going
your
with
first
Matamoros,
trip to
or are you going to a
Mexico-
resort?
Yeah,
I go
where
to
were you
resort.
in Mexico?
But I've been to Mexico City and Puebla, and like I've been like in the interior. It's pretty
Okay.
nuts.
So you're not going on like a mission trip or like building houses.
No.
You're like
Do I
going
look-
out enjoying
Come
yourself.
on.
Oh,
there's
How
no
old are
way I'm-
you?
I'm just
How
doing
old
that.
are you when you can drink in Mexico?
It'll
Like
see,
14?
You can see over the bar.
Yeah.
So
I
how
think
old
he's
were you?
right.
Tall kid or were you a short kid?
I mean, I'm 5'10". What's up?
Were you
No, that's
drinking
great.
at
I'm
12?
What are we
just
doing
yeah,
here?
okay. But at 12, you're not necessarily 5'10". How tall were you?
Dude, I don't know. I wasn't
I-
drinking.
You were.
Yeah,
We're not
also,
drinking
you
at
told me
12.
my mom's watching this podcast, dude. I was not drinking when I was 12 years old.
Oh.
Right.
It's fine. You're 30 now,
Just
so it's
be
fine.
Jasmine's
honest.
little
I'm
baby
not
drank
30.
when it was like 2 months old.
Yeah, right. I fed my baby beer on actor.
Yeah,
Jack
Jasmine
Daniels.
fed
No, that's not true. That's a
bourbon to her
myth,
baby
allegedly.
through her teat.
Okay, so first trip for the
Thank
Gen
you.
Z.
Keaton, you're welcome. Sorry.
First trip
sorry,
for the
sorry.
Gen Z was Mexico. 12 years old with the family. 12 years old with the family. Okay, so millennial, what you got?
Oh, we got to do my first trip now?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to do his last. Okay. My first trip out of the
He
country
said his last was
was
Mexico as well.
Yeah,
okay.
that's the only other country
True.
I've been to.
That's the only
That's the
country he's been to.
only
Yeah.
one.
Mhm.
And I mean, so my first trip out of the country, I was 24, 23. And it was when we went to Germany and we lived there. Me and my husband and my 3 kids. I was pregnant with my baby at the time.
So it's
So that
military deployment.
in 2014. Deployments, that's not really a deployment. Deployment's like what Matt did to Afghanistan. Deployment, or it's more just like a station. Like you get to go live
Okay.
there and it's really fun and you get to live off base and enjoy the culture. My last trip would have been when we went, well, I guess it was all over there. We were over in Germany when we did it, but we went to France, we went to Austria, we went to like a couple of different countries over there, which is really cool. But I haven't left the country since.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, Darren.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does crossing the border to buy drugs count as
Yeah.
leaving the country?
Yes.
Remember when
Yeah,
we crossed
you
the
left
border?
country.
And also, you might still be under the statute of limitations. So I
Hey,
just
No. No.
remember when we
I was
crossed the
a
border?
child when my family drugged me across the border to buy drugs. So I was probably 2,
No way.
3.
that was
Oh.
your first
That's
and
not a
last
real
trip
story.
out
Is that a
of-
real story?
I lived on the border. I lived 11 miles from the border. And
You went to buy.
and-
you went to buy prescription drugs. You're talking about the over-the-counter
no,
stuff.
yeah, come on.
Oh, I'm
I'm
thinking
not
they're
talking
like
about
Yeah.
crack.
they're like
What are
making
we-
you
What's this
like
clickbait we're talking about?
yeah, they're trying to like stuff you with drugs.
No, no, no.
Stuffed animals.
If
or
you went
something.
across the border to get some Advil, it's not exactly the crazy story we
No,
thought.
it's
you were
not
getting.
Advil. It's like
that was a little deceptive.
it's like I don't
That's
know,
for sure gonna be the
antibiotics
line for
and codeine stuff like
Sure, just like
So,
coding.
that. When I was little, that happened all the time, like as young as I could handle. But we lived 11 miles from the border.
yeah.
And the last time, gosh, dog, maybe my honeymoon. And
Really?
I went to
that was
Austria
like 30 years
and
ago.
Switzerland. I don't think I've left the country since then.
Wow.
Let me think.
Okay, Greg, what about you?
So I'm going to.
You've lived in a lot of weird places.
I have. I've been to a lot of weird places too, different places. But I'm going to wrap this one. I have a boring story. So Keaton, if you want to take a nap, you can take a nap for
No,
just
don't
a
tell
minute.
a boring story. What are you doing?
All right.
I'm
We
going to
don't
tell a
wanna
really quick
lose
boring story. So Mackie and Keaton can take a nap.
That's what everyone loves on a podcast.
Yeah, why
I
are
know,
you?
I know.
If you
Just
know
real
it's
quick.
boring, just
This is
skip
going to
Well,
get the
it.
listeners
it's just my-
fired up, dude.
You're gonna refuse
fired
to.
Pull
Okay.
the walker out, dude.
So-
Let us get into it.
Okay, so here we go. But it has
regretting.
Thank you.
it has an important component. Okay, so we're going to do our next question is your first email, not your address first of all, but then who you sent your first email to, if you remember. It's okay if you don't, but like Gmail, Hotmail, whatever it is.
This was like 4 years ago for Keaton. He's
Okay,
so
yeah,
young.
right. So
Yo,
I'm gonna
Yo, Barstool's
I'm gonna wrap the two together. So
Oh, Greg.
sorry, my first trip out of the country, I was 23 or so, 24, and I was going to the Dominican Republic for work, and I'd never traveled out of the country before. I didn't know about stuff, but I knew I was going to all inclusive, so I knew I didn't need much money, but I took $50, which is nothing, right? So on the way there, my flight in Miami was canceled. So they told me to go get a hotel. I didn't have money for a hotel. I didn't have a credit card. I had a debit card with no money in the bank. So I said, get me as close as you can. So they flew me to Puerto Rico. I spent the night in Puerto Rico in the airport with a boat captain named Skip that was going to Nevis the next day, which was pretty cool. And then I got on a prop plane and flew to the DR from Puerto Plata to Puerto Plata the next day. Upon leaving Puerto Plata, there's a $10 tax, which I didn't plan for. And I spent all my $50 and I had no money coming home, but there's a $10 tax you have to pay in cash. So the girl taking the tax thing was super cute, really good looking.
Aren't they always?
Dude, she was so good looking. Her name was Denali Molino.
Still remember.
I didn't have any money. So I begged her to let me on the plane. And I gave her my checkbook. And I said, it has my address on it. If you'll mail me my checkbook back, I will send you the money plus some, right? My checkbook showed up. It was back before email or where you could phone. So my checkbook showed up a couple of months later, and I sent her the money. And in the meantime, maybe a couple of years later, we kept up by mail. And then I got a job working for American Airlines, who she worked for. So first email. Before there was email in 1994, 1995, there was email, but not to the general public. Like there was no AOL and that kind of stuff, right? She sent me a letter and said, hey, now that you're working for American, get on a ticket called Chuck Norris in Sabre, the system I worked in. And we texted back and forth on a ticket, like a airline ticket called Chuck Norris. The ticket was named Chuck Norris, and we texted back and forth. So that was my first trip out of the country and my first email to Denali Molino.
Yeah, dude.
So I think that
My
I
mom
think that
asked
if
me
you-
to write a check the other day, and I fucked it all up. There wasn't a
Yeah.
fucking shot.
You don't know
Yeah.
how to
Like,
write a
dude,
check.
like
Yeah.
the lady
have
that
you
didn't know
addressed a
English,
letter recently,
dude,
or
fuck
like
no.
do you know?
The lady that like had it, like she didn't
Fuck
even know
no.
English, and it literally was like she was like, "Yeah, this dude, come on." Like even I know
It's
this
just
is
like,
fucked. I'm like,
Jesus.
I fucking
Yeah,
tried.
but
like,
why would no one who takes the check? Who's doing that? But Greg,
What are you talking
here's
about?
the thing.
I
If you
send out
just
checks
no,
all the
Darren,
time.
Darren,
dude,
hush,
Darren,
no,
get with the times.
Darren, do they
We
put
have
it in a
Venmo,
birthday
dude.
card? I guess I would be okay with that.
Yeah, my grandma.
I'm paying bills.
My grandma will
No,
give me
no,
a check. and
no,
I
no, no. You
direct
can
deposit
auto
it.
pay. They'll just draft it straight out of your account.
Not
It's this
Claiborne
weird,
Electric
crazy.
and Claiborne Water out
Dude,
in Homer, Louisiana.
no
They're as
way.
backward as I am.
Mm,
You have to
okay,
mail them a
Greg,
check.
here's my suggestion for you. If
Yeah.
you're going to preface a story with this is going to be a boring story,
quit
then
doing
I'm
that.
already going to think it's boring. That wasn't a boring story, but the way that you preface it made me think, I already hate
No,
this.
I thought
so
it was a
just
great
don't do that.
story.
Yeah,
It
it
is
was
a
a
good
fine
story.
story.
Yeah.
So
well,
you need marketing training.
yeah, whatever.
Just-
okay.
just-
So next,
yeah, whatever. Okay.
all I'm saying is that was my first email, and it was the first time out of the country, and it was quite an experience. And the girl was cute. She ended
And
up
did
coming.
you ever do anything with her?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not going to talk about
Yeah.
that? Or-
We did everything.
She came to
We did
Jamaica.
all
And
things.
we went out and got ice cream.
He
Later,
Right.
he wanted to
when I
tell
was
a
living in
story about how he
Jamaica,
got
she
laid.
came
He
to
just
visit.
didn't know
Ice
do it.
cream in what vicinity? Like,
Hold on, I can't hear Keaton. I want to
back
hear
of
what
the
he
car,
said.
ice
What did Keaton
cream.
say?
I said
What
you,
is
you
it?
were definitely trying to tell us a story about how you got laid, and you just didn't want to like know
Yeah.
how to tell us.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah,
dude,
I remember
I
excuse
totally
me, at the
smashed this
end.
chick, and I need to tell everyone about it, but like I don't want
She
them
was
to think
beautiful.
I'm bragging.
Yeah, I
Man.
was at a disadvantage. And anyways,
So-
okay. I
So
just want to know, like,
Keaton seems like a player. I get it.
Keaton's
I
a
get it.
smart
I like
guy.
it. I like
he
it. I like
sees
it.
through Greg's story.
He does. He does.
I got
was
3
I was
younger
waiting.
brothers.
I was
Like-
waiting for the question, right? I was waiting, and Jasmine
Yeah, hey
asked
guys,
it
this,
for
this
sure.
story's real boring, all right? But I totally
I wa-
like this chick. You would like you'll never believe it.
the most
plot
beautiful
twist.
woman you've ever
Yeah.
seen, probably.
I smashed
Okay.
at the end of this story.
But the
I
funny
do
part
have a
is,
question.
she
Where
did.
was the
Sorry.
ice cream?
Wait a second. She did come.
Don't
to
ask him
Jamaica.
where the ice cream was. We don't want to know. Keep
She
the
did-
ice cream talk to
I
yourself.
do. I want to know.
See, he knows about ice cream. So she came to
Code word.
Jamaica, and she visited. And I did not realize this was 3 years later, right? I did not realize that, or maybe she didn't. But you remember the guy who had the butt with the big pants, or the white pants with the
Yeah,
big butt?
Yeah, where
was
I
it?
do. Unfortunately,
She had
it
a
was
big-
my first.
had
Well,
a
it wasn't my
bigger
first
butt.
date, but it was the guy I
she
dated.
was.
that
She
I
had a
didn't
big
want.
butt, dude. I mean, she was really cute, but she had a big butt.
Yeah, but I wasn't
Hey.
into it. What is
Okay,
behind you?
how many
Keaton?
details?
You're gonna.
Dude, like, get her on the pod. What are we talking about? There's
I
no
know.
way you remember her
Hey,
name.
Denali,
I know.
Denali, if you're out there, hit us up. Hey,
Yeah.
First of all, secondly,
He's coming
of all,
for seconds.
He's like, she looked like a mix between Ava Longoria and Selma Hayek. He's like literally like something exactly perfect
He's
mix.
using the
And who's
podcast
famous
to
for their
figure
big
out like
butt?
old fantasies he had with these girls that just now got phone numbers.
That's right.
Yeah,
So,
they just hit
And-
74.
and she said she was ruined for life after me.
So I had
yeah,
a problem.
exactly. Okay.
I had a problem though. So my wife, when we first got together, she would say, "Why were the girl you were dating when we got married when we met? Sorry, not when we met. When we met.
No. Be honest.
Yeah, I like that one
Yeah,
better.
you were dating this girl while you were married.
She was ugly, and I said, yeah, but she was thin. And so my problem is,
Oh, boy.
I struggle. So I would rather go out with somebody who's thin than someone who's. And I thought, man, that girl's going to be big. And I was like, nah.
Man, I like a girl with some meat on the bone.
I know you do. That's why we always worked out well at the bars.
That's that
you and I.
Louisiana side of you.
That's that.
I've been
Southern...
on bourbon. I know.
I'm telling you.
I know the type
that
of like
fried
and I love it.
chicken.
When
They're
things
style.
great. They're great wingmen because I don't want any piece of that.
When things get wild, you gotta.
I'm like, go ahead and
grab
fall on
onto
that
something.
sword for me, buddy. I'm gonna go talk to her
I'm
skinny
not
friend.
talking-
Yeah, there was a
Insane.
lady that we used to work with that
We-
Darren
we
was
call that
assets and
really.
liabilities.
He's concerned about buying this girl breakfast in the morning. I'm like, bro, you need to skip town.
Okay.
Yeah.
On
Skip town.
that
Get
note,
away.
I do have a story real quick. So Greg and I were roommates
boring.
back in the day, and we would go out together.
By the
and
way,
all
your mom broke in our apartment one night when we were at the baseball game.
Yo, dude, like so many things we could talk about on the podcast. Not my mom breaking into your house. Where's the
yeah, we're
story?
not
at?
talking about your mom.
I'm joking.
This has
I'm
nothing to
joking.
do with your
I'm
mom.
They
joking.
keep trying to
Joking.
bring up your
We
mom.
were all
Greg,
friends. It
stop
was
it.
just a joke.
I'm
It was
messing
just
Do
a
they
with
joke.
still use that
Keep
as an
going,
insult?
keep going. So you brought home this big old girl.
Back in the day, no, listen. Back in the day, so I'm a big talk radio guy. You know, I think that's why I like the podcast and all that. So before podcasts, there was talk radio. And KILF was a radio station in Dallas. Don't know if it's still there anymore. And in the middle of the day, there was a guy that he was like the diet guru of Dallas. His name was Cliff Sheets. Stay with me. So
Bro,
there
what
were
the-
I'm
nights.
tracking.
There were nights we would go out and actively look for really big girls, and I
No,
would
dude.
introduce myself as
No.
Cliff Sheets
You
to
fail.
see if they knew who that
Bro,
was, and they
what
never
is-
did, and it
Some-
was
dude,
awesome. I loved it.
Some things like don't need to be recorded on a podcast.
Darren,
If you're-
tell
if you're
the
heifer
story
hunting-
about the girl that you were with, and you think she didn't call you back because she said you were Italian.
I told her I was Italian. I messed up.
No, that is not
Okay.
why.
I've always
Darren.
wanted
What is
to be
y'all
Italian.
tactics on? Dude, y'all are going to Jamaica to get laid. You're talking to these heifers at the bar. Like, what?
No, I'm not
listen,
trying to get
there-
laid.
there-
It's
there
a
are so
joke
many
to see
different
if
ways
they
to get laid.
know who Cliff Sheets was. That's all that was. It was just funny.
It was a tactic. It's
It's
okay.
funny.
I'm on a
and I
time.
giggled
so
I'm on a
my
a lot.
time
first-
crunch.
My first email,
Time crunch.
we talked about it. Trees I Heart, which is awesome. So embarrassing, but cool. And I was like 12 years old, maybe. And I have no idea who I sent it to, but I did try today to get on MySpace. And so
Today?
today,
year
because I
just
knew
to
we were
test
doing
it?
this. Yeah, I just want to see what was happening on MySpace. And I'll tell you this, it's gone downhill.
I was going to
Really?
say,
There's
you're
nobody
super
running that
popular
shit
on
anymore.
MySpace.
Yeah, Jazz, I was so
Hey,
curious
hey.
what was going on at MySpace. I thought it was still booming the way it was 20 years ago. I'm
I
glad that you
mean,
checked it out
They
today.
20.
accidentally deleted
like 35.
everybody's pictures. My top 8's still there, by the way. It's still
What was your
intact.
music
Oh
playlist?
my gosh.
I can't
What was
believe
my
it's still
what?
there.
What was your music playlist?
Oh, it was like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Hasn't
Okay,
changed.
always
following. My mom wouldn't
stupid.
let me out of
But
MySpace,
anyways.
so that was before
Yeah,
I knew.
because it's well, remember MySpace was like the pre-Facebook, and then when Facebook came around, we're like, oh my gosh, you can't even customize your music or your top 8, and so that was
I
the whole
think
thing.
that, like, especially with the way my mom wouldn't allow me to have any social media. Now I'm like a social media manager and like work for all these huge social
Yeah.
media companies. It's
That's
kind of
Yeah, you
like
gotta
I fucking
reject.
told you,
Yeah, that's why when my son came to me today and said I want to be a YouTuber gamer for my life, like as a career,
Oh
I was
my
like,
Dude, I
gosh.
tried
that's
that.
cool.
There-
Let's
it's
do that.
tough.
Let me try to start you on that because
Yeah,
I
I
feel like it'll
stream,
just
dude. It's a tough business.
yeah.
Tough racket.
Yeah, he wants to be Corey Kenshin number 2, I guess.
I don't know who that is.
Really? You don't know Corey Kenshin?
No,
Do
I
you
don't
know
watch the streamers.
HGTV or whatever? Oh, okay.
No, I don't watch
Fair.
reality. I watch, like, when I tell you, like, my parents got a divorce and there was no more Disney Channel or anything. It was all
Oh.
ESPN, Fox Sports, like reruns, nonstop
Yeah.
of college football and everything in between.
So, like, in my house growing up, nobody gave a fuck what I watched or listened to. Like, I was allowed to. I mean, we were watching like
Porn.
anything. Well,
Yeah, we're
South
definitely
Park.
watching porn.
I was like
Yeah.
9 and I was
Jasmine's
watching South Park, and I was like,
porn.
ha. But
No, I love
then I
South
would go to
Park.
my friends. Yeah, I would go to my friend's house, and they would be like, "My mom won't let me watch this movie because they kiss," and it's like, oh my god. So yeah, I mean,
What movie would that be?
there was a Mary-Kate and Ashley movie. They were like
There's no way.
13, and they like kissed a boy.
How's your memory
Closed
so
mouth.
vivid? You don't drink often, do you?
Me?
You like remember your first email and everything? Because it's like,
Yeah.
there's no way.
That's
you know how much
funny you
whiskey
say
I've
that
drank
because I
since
have a
then?
really shitty memory. What?
Yeah, you know how much whiskey I've had in between now and my first email? Like,
Yeah,
that's
I didn't have,
insane.
no, I got married at 19 and I started having kids. Like, I
Got
didn't have
married
a
when
party
you were
phase. So
19?
19.
Yeah, she
You're
didn't.
still
She
married to
didn't
the
live.
same dude?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That's pretty crazy for a millennial, I think. I don't know. Maybe not.
I
So-
don't know about that.
So Keaton, what you don't know your first email, but what was your
No, my
first
first email was my
address?
first and last name at gmail.com.
Okay.
That's
And-
so
I'm-
professional.
Yeah, because I'm smart. Like the rest
That's
of my
what I
life.
did, too.
is
You
taken
are
care of.
smart. Thanks, Keaton.
Yeah.
Trees I Heart didn't last very
Yeah,
long. Okay, it was
like
at
my best friend-
Yahoo.
my-
Yahoo.com.
My best friend, his was like Ethan Boy Smith at gmail.com. By the
Yeah.
way, like,
G-Money.
Ethan Smith is the most
I knew
common.
a girl who was
yeah.
like hot girl, big boobs at
Yeah.
Gmail or whatever.
My
growing
type of
up.
woman.
Can you
Those
give
are the
me
girls
that
I was
address?
emailing.
No.
I got an email from work
I
for
tell
a
you no.
request for a quote the other day, and it had Boom Boom Betty on it. So I looked up Boom Boom Betty
Boom
in
Betty.
Weatherford because she was from Weatherford, and yeah, she's an older lady,
gonna start
but she's
applying
had
for
that thing for a
jobs with
long
that.
time. Boom Boom
I'm gonna
Betty.
put that on my resume.
Dude, at
just for fun.
NASCAR, you know, I was cold calling for 14 different NASCAR tracks, and like it'd have their email on there, and you just get the wildest one. It'd be like, you know, Raise Hail Praisedale 69 at Yahoo, and like shit like that. Be like, you know, eating ass and driving fast, 69 420, and it's like at AOL. I'm like, oh, was at Gmail taken for
No,
that?
it's always at, like, yeah, at,
AOL.
it is the
Always
one that's
come
at
at
Hotmail.
MSN. I'm like, bro, who the fuck is using MSN? Well, apparently Jazz. If you think about it, I'm sure you still got
Thank
your
you,
MySpace
Darren.
email.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go through. I'm just gonna put my Facebook on there and just we'll see. I like the idea of Boom Boom Betty. I think that's my
I wanna
next
go
resume
back to
email.
when he said, "What was it? Eating ass and what?"
Driving
Eating
fast.
ass and I thought it was eating
69,
ass and
but he
smoking
had
grass.
69 at the end of it.
Yeah,
No,
dude,
that was
and as
kicking
soon as
ass. How
you
long
get an
can they
email like
be?
that, they're coming to the race. Like I'm like, dude, you listen.
Oh yeah.
I got what you need. Let's
You
just
Upsell.
go
have to
ahead.
stand out somehow.
Give me your
yeah,
damn
like
transact.
in
I,
this
I
day.
don't know if I want to stand out like that, you know. But like,
No, I think
look,
it's
those
fine.
guys
They're-
are shade tree mechanics,
dude, they're
and
answering
they're
first
all
ring,
about
and
it.
they're like, I'm gonna black out for 4 days in the infield. And I'm like, dude, fuck it. Let's go ahead and sign. Give me your damn credit card. Let's get this going.
Yeah. No, I agree.
We have
Darren,
a
what do-
friend that does
I think if
that.
I
He
had
goes to the
somebody that
infield
had-
and blacks out.
Dude,
If I had seen a
NASCAR's
resume
awesome.
when I was hiring, Darren, if your resume had said like something crazy like that, I probably would have given you a call right there.
So yeah, Jasmine
I
was
love
my
that.
boss at my old job.
Let's go get some ice cream.
I
and
did
she makes
hire
fun of
you.
my email I had. That's probably my
It was a
first one.
Hotmail.
Yes, Hotmail.
Darren, what was
But the
your
best
first?
part
Who was
was
it to?
his interview video where it was like, "Tell me about yourself," and he just went, "Hi, I'm Darren Mealy," and then it cut out. It was like, "Okay, thank you."
So I don't remember a first. That may be my first email, but what I remember back in the day is Netscape. Just going on Netscape. So if Netscape had an email, it was probably that. Do you not know
How old?
Netscape?
No.
That was like the
We would-
original search engine.
No.
Oh, okay. I did
Mm.
AOL.
Chat
Like I would come
rooms
home and I would do
Mm.
AOL Messenger. Yeah, I'd go on
Netscape.
chat rooms, and I would.
Let
What
me
were you
take
doing in
that.
the chat
Say
rooms?
that
Keep going,
thing.
Jazz. I think we got the viewers locked for this one.
Dad, no, I can't.
There you
no,
go. I can
bad
hear you
dirty
now.
things. And then I got kicked out of a chat room once for saying that Leonardo DiCaprio was gay.
I mean,
You
But,
got
he is.
yeah,
out
I
for
don't know.
that.
You would just find pictures of like really older girls, and you'd be like, "Oh, this is me," and they'd be like, "Oh," and it would just be fun.
whoa! What were you doing with that
Catfishing.
information?
What?
What were you getting in return for posing as like an older woman?
Oh, well, I was like just having conversations.
All right, you want a
Strange.
banger? I'll give you a
Strange.
banger. So I used to go to these chat rooms whenever I was in high school, right? This is terrible. This is a really funny story. So one time, I feel like I've with the internet, I've seen more dick pics than sunsets in my life at this point.
I haven't.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
haven't. I'm
so-
lucky, I guess.
So
Lucky.
Coming
we
in
would
hot.
go. So me and my buddies, right, while we were in
Insane.
high school, we would pose as like these older girls online, right? And
Oh, no.
So this is terrible, but it's really funny to think about it when you're 14, 15, 16 years old, right? And
Yeah,
we would
right.
like get these like creepy dudes online, and like, yeah, sure, you get to fight through some dick pics, but what we would get them is they would send us pizza. So like they think they're sending this girl a pizza, right? And they would send us a pizza, dude.
You would like wade through
Yes,
dick
and then,
pics for
like-
free pizza.
and what are they gonna
But
do?
you would have to give
Like,
them your address.
no, because we just like give them one across the street, and like we'd always pick some dudes like in Arizona or something. Like, what are you gonna do? Call the pizza place and be like, "Oh, I got
no,
scammed."
you really thought ahead of that. Here's the thing. That's funny that you say
that's
that because when you
brilliant.
started saying
know.
that you were doing that,
I love
I was
that.
thinking about the
And
one time that I
you gotta see a couple
was like
dick
trying to
pics.
be mean.
You can get
I was
through
trying to
that.
be mean to a
Fine.
friend, not a friend, a girl that lived down the street, and I'm not good at this stuff. I'm not good at pranking or whatever. And so I ordered a pizza to her house. Like I thought that was gonna be like really get her. You know what I mean? So that's just funny that you said
Dude,
The
that's
closest
giving
thing
her
I
a
can think
favor.
of to that.
She came down and wanted to be friends. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you for that pizza. It's so nice.
So, okay, I'll throw a generational thing at you. The closest thing I can think of to that is there was a 99-cent tape record club. So you would join
You
this
sound like 100 years old right now.
and you would
Hey.
get
I know what you're
10 or
talking
20 tapes and they would mail it to you. And there was a guy I knew,
Mm.
there was an empty house, a vacant house next door to where he lived. And he would enter this so many different times and he'd have just tons of tapes sent to this empty house next door to him. And then he'd sell us all the tapes for $2 and whatever. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So he's making a huge profit. Here's the thing.
I think I just ran Keaton off.
I know
He had a
you guys can't be
Dude,
old like that. You're gonna
no,
scare them
That's what
away.
this podcast is all about.
No,
Yeah,
stop being so
generational differences. Yeah.
Stop being
No,
so
speaking
old
of-
and crusty.
Keaton's getting a free pizza, a dick pic, and I'm getting
Dude,
a
I know.
tape.
Don't
yeah.
stop
You
talking
gotta
about
fight for some dick
Blockbuster
pics.
and
But,
Netflix
like,
before.
Dude, you could get like ridiculous. You could get the big dinner box from Pizza Hut. You got like 4 or 5 dudes. We're all staying up, texting our girlfriends, and like, yeah, we're fighting for some dick pics. But dude, we get a fucking stuffed crust pizza sent
The
right to
full
our
meal
house.
deal.
Dude, it was
Stuffed
ridiculous.
crust.
And I'm
Full meal
I
loaded
deal.
up,
never
by the
did
way.
that. That's so smart.
Hey.
I'm so disappointed in myself. I never used
Dude,
it
I
for
think I know
evil.
somebody that might have sent you a pizza. Actually, now that you tell,
Dude,
I've heard the story on the other end. Oh man, this is fun.
Yeah, Jazz
I just sent her
was talking about, I got sent a dick pic one time. I was like, you're crazy. I feel like I've seen so many, it's ridiculous.
More than
I have
sunsets.
not had to do any
Yeah,
of
for
the
sure.
dating apps. I've not had to do anything like that. So honestly, it was like I was like 19 before I had a phone that had the capability of like
Nah, dude,
going
I've
on
been
internet.
popping off
So
on Tinder, Hinge, Bumble. Bumble's the worst. But like I've hit
Tell
all
us.
the dating apps.
none of us know.
We
Oh,
don't
dude,
know.
but
Tell
I
us.
said-
None of us know.
So like this is the issue, and my brothers and I have like come to this conclusion. We had a sit down round table about it, and like they
Mhm.
basically Tinder bought like Hinge and like all these other like third party dating apps except Bumble, and now it's like $20 a month for premium, and it's like not worth it. Like it's straight up not worth it because like you're not going to be able to see who likes you unless you pay the $20, and unless you're a chick, that's just not going to happen. So like you're literally paying
Yeah.
like you better get laid at that point. Like there better be like a guaranteed rate on there. But Bumble is the worst because it makes the girls make the first move. And I don't know if you recognize this, but women suck at making the first move. So like they have to like if you match, they have to message you first. And like even the CEOs come out like this last week and been like, yeah, dude, we're gonna have to like change some things up because women don't ever make the first move.
You think?
I know.
I made the first move.
Okay.
I made
Well,
the first move.
There's
hold
one.
on.
Women.
We got
First
the
move?
tally
Okay.
going.
So hold on. I've got questions. So Bumble's
There's-
$20 a month.
Dude, they're all
And then
$20 a month.
They're all $20 a month.
So you have to pay like $20 to each one. So
I
that
mean,
just adds
yeah,
up to
Take
like
it easy, money
$800
bags. I
because
typically stick to one, and then you kind of figure it out there. $20
she's
to
like
each. How
subscribing to
desperate do you think
everything.
I am?
Oh, I don't know. I
Not
don't know.
that
Where do you
different.
meet people other than dating apps?
Yes.
Like
Where do you
at the
meet people
bar?
other than dating apps?
There's
Where
a
would you meet
place in
someone?
town
and, like,
called
that's
Shirley's.
the problem. Is like you go out to bars and like I got out of a relationship like 3 or 4 months ago, and she was like the love of my life, right? And before that, I
Oh,
had
gosh.
a couple girlfriends, typically often, and it was awesome. But I fell in love with this girl. She was amazing, and it didn't work out, which is fine. But like now it's kind of like, and it sucks. I got laid off in the same time frame, so I tell my mom because I'm like, I
Oh,
want to
damn.
move out, and she's like, well, I mean, rent's so expensive. I was like, yeah, but it's also like they're not really biting at the bar whenever you're like, hey, you want to go back to my fucking mom's place? Like that's not really gonna work.
That's not it.
Not,
You
not
don't
exactly
tell them
switching
that.
with dynamite.
You act
with
like
that
you're
one.
a baller and you have the big house.
No, yeah, oh yeah, I stay in a guest room, by the way. Like ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's not gonna fucking work. And also, you got to be real quiet when we walk in. Like, yeah,
And that's
oh,
not-
yeah,
and that's
I'm
not
the
my
big baller,
dog.
but someone else is asleep in the other room. I can't tell you who it is.
And that's
an
not my
Airbnb.
CPAP machine
I
or
Airbnb
my
the other rooms.
Yeah.
You got to be out
Yeah.
by 4 a.m.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not.
I'm
That's,
trying to help.
that's not going to get you laid. So typically, I'm
And the
like,
minivan
you
in the
have your own
driveway
place.
and
I
all
feel
that.
like, yeah, I'll take away the home field advantage for myself, and we'll go to your place. So, but like the truth is, like dating, especially like with these, because my mom's like, well, why don't you go to like these like go to pickleball or something? I'm like, shit, I ain't got any fucking friends here. Like this ain't like rolling around like in college and like everyone's the same age. Like I'm not trying to go out and fit in. So like the only thing you can really do is go out to the bars. Well, shit, what's your luck at the bars? Because majority of girls are gonna be sitting there thinking this dude's just trying to like buy me a drink and take me back. Which some nights they're right, some nights that's the play. But like that's not always what you're
Well,
shooting
what are they
for.
doing? What are they doing
Bitching
there?
and moaning about me buying them a drink.
Yeah. So
That's it.
they're in a better spot than you are.
Figuring
So
out-
tell them to get over it.
Figuring out if like bitching is gonna burn calories to help them with their diet, because it's ridiculous when you fucking go out.
Shrink that ass.
So,
Dick.
Keaton, I have a question for you.
Talk to me.
Talk to me.
Fat or ugly?
Are those
if
the
you have to
only
choose.
two? Go
Only
home and
two.
touch lotion.
No, come on. You got to choose. You got to choose.
No, thank you. That's gross.
No,
Are these your
he's
options
got
when you go
high.
out? That sounds terrible. I live in
So what if she-
DFW.
Yeah.
dude. The chicks are hot.
Well, true.
That's true. I was
Okay.
just there.
Speaking of that, there was somebody in the past. I never went out with her, but I remember this person,
April
and she
Steen.
had the best. Stop it. She had the best body, and I was very young, but her face was a double bagger.
Double bagger.
Mhm.
Like you put a bag on, and you put a bag on her.
Just
Like,
in
just
case
I
it
don't know.
fell-
I feel like
just
for
in case
me,
it
like
came off.
But
Is that like
super
a kinky
fine.
gut?
No, it's a thing. It's why you've never heard of a double bagger.
yeah, we've
Take a picture of
definitely
my
talked
wife
about
to your
this.
face.
She was super fine, but she was popular. I know somebody on this podcast that might have gone out with her, actually.
And it wasn't me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Wasn't-
whoa. Who?
Um,
Who?
Was it Missy?
Let me think
What's
about
her
it.
name?
Let me think about
Stop
it.
it.
What's her name? First and last.
Regardless. Yeah, social
Come on,
security.
give me a
number, if
first
you don't
name.
mind.
Give me a first name.
Here's the
You
thing,
know
though.
what?
Oh,
in
Darren.
the
I did go
bio,
out
we're
with
gonna
her.
have her LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram.
Yeah,
so make sure
yeah.
y'all
I'll
tune
put her
in.
in the show notes.
Yeah, click it on the
You
She
can
bio
might not
vote
even be
below.
alive. As
if
far
you
as I
think her
know.
body's still banging. Is her body still banging?
I don't know. I didn't know,
I know
her.
who she. I know who she's married
Greg knew
to.
her.
Yeah, I went out with
Can
her.
we look
Am
her
I
up
wrong?
right now?
Was she
on
super hot,
live on
but
air?
a double
Yeah.
bagger?
Yeah,
Thank
Yeah.
you. So, Keaton, my
I don't know,
question
because-
is, would you go out with who's super hot, but
hot body.
she's
But she's
put a
ugly. No,
bag
he
on
already
her
said
face
no. He
and-
said he has better
what are we
options.
talking?
than
Is this
that.
like a Tuesday and
He
the
worked
chick's,
for
like, had a rough day at
NASCAR. I
work?
don't think he needs.
what?
Is this
It
like a
could be.
Tuesday and had a rough day at work, or is like Saturday and there's some options?
Okay, so it's
I
Saturday,
don't know.
but it's 2:30
In the afternoon?
No, 2:00.
night,
Oh,
2:30.
2:38 a.m.
I
Shit's looking
Yeah.
rough.
You're
I
desperate.
call those people 2:00ers.
Yeah,
She's way better than that, I think.
What made her face a double bag? I just
I don't know.
I'm
if I had an
curious.
annual, I'd pull it out, but I don't.
I have one right here.
This
Hang
is,
on.
An
this is more of a show
annual-
and tell
Don't you
type
dare.
deal.
That's what a
Verbal doesn't
yearbook
really
is.
help.
Okay. Pull it out and let's see, because I really need to see.
Dude,
I'm
I
actually
don't-
going to try
I
to
don't
look her
wanna
up on
insult anybody.
MySpace.
Did you graduate
Dude.
high school in '88?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. That's
you know
just a
what?
really bad. Like that was never Barry Sanders on
That's
Heisman.
just
She
Yeah,
won't be in
that's
this
just
one
like a
because
long.
she graduated in '89.
Yeah,
What
she's
is her
older.
name?
Figure it out.
I'm
She's probably
sorry.
on MySpace. Jazz, go check it out.
I know. That's what I said. I'm going to go
Here,
look her
I'll
up on
text it to you.
MySpace.
Honestly,
I'll text
though,
it to
I
you.
never knew her personally. I mean, this is a small school I went to, and I never knew her. She was too
I
cool
still
for
don't
me.
understand what makes her double bag. Like,
I'm gonna
what is
send
she
you
like
a-
a big giant
She was
nose
not
or
a
like?
cute
Picture.
girl.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
she's
send
gonna
you
listen
a-
to this podcast and like be crying on
know.
her bathroom floor holding
Yes.
the rug.
Yes. You know what?
She
I-
doesn't.
Alright,
She
Janet.
Shout
doesn't know
out.
who I
Shout
am.
out to her.
She
She
never
knows
knew.
who I am.
She knows Greg. Greg.
I
Her-
just want to know, because what is the answer for you, Greg? Because you like them thin, right?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
like them like twiggy thin, like
Yeah.
heroin,
Heroin.
chunky thin?
Just in.
heroin thin. That's a thing.
Yeah,
Like
maybe
not a
j-
not
maybe
a
just
chance of get-
slim. It didn't
not-
have
no,
to
no,
involve
no.
heroin in that.
What?
no, no,
but like,
no.
what? Like, what kind of? What's slim? This is just like words,
Like-
fat and skinny. But
like,
like, what?
like no
stand up.
opportunity. So you got to.
Like you're thin.
So okay, we got to talk
okay, so
celebrities because
not-
everybody knows celebrities. What about that Amy? The
Stand up.
Hey, who was the hottest chick whenever you were 16? Like celebrity?
Megan Fox.
Yeah, that. Yeah,
Megan Fox.
yes.
for sure.
Transformers
She still
2007.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Over the freaking
See, Jack,
whatever
you know
Mustang
exactly what I'm
she's
talking
over.
about. That was the
Yeah, and you can
hottest
see
chick.
it. Like
ever.
you're like, oh my god. I was like feeling things, and I'm not that way. So
Darren, are you
it's
more
very-
like Marilyn Monroe?
yeah. No, that's perfect. Exactly.
Yeah, I saw her in a,
I liked a
saw her
girl
in a
named
one
Tawny
piece at the
Katane
swimming
back in the
pool.
day.
She was a fucking smoke show.
I saw her in the catalog. Or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't even know what.
I saw some
Yeah,
ankle while she was
JCPenney
walking
underwear
by.
catalog.
Marilyn Monroe was
No, there's a
little-
comedian, Amy Schumer. Is Amy Schumer too big for
Amy
Greg?
Amy
Schumer?
Schumer's too big.
Okay, Greg, too big.
Way. If they have an so they have to be so that they have to be.
with it.
They
Yeah.
have, they have
It's
to.
immediate.
Amy Schumer's
Way.
a big girl. She got a dick belly.
So first of all, you have to check their mom out, right?
Did you just say dick belly?
Yeah, that's what I call it.
What is that? What is that? What's a dick belly?
I don't know if you can
I'd
describe
rather-
Darren,
it.
you
or-
can't say it and then not
You can't-
describe
I don't
Okay,
think-
it.
as a
It's my word for
juvenile adult, a dick belly to me is it's a good looking girl, but she's got so much semen in her, her belly sticks
God.
out. That's a dick belly.
You asked.
I'm sorry.
That's
I've
not
got
even
a
the worst thing he
12-year-old
said
brain.
on this podcast. Yeah.
Maybe somebody
okay,
will tune in.
Greg,
Yeah.
what is like the perfect size for you if you're looking at like a celebrity?
So-
0.
I like 0. So the thing is, you have to check their mom out, and you have to check them out, and you.
How the hell do you check a mom out when you're meeting somebody at a bar?
Yeah,
Well,
mom's dead. So
Let me
what's
see a
No, I'm
photo of
talking
your
about-
mom. We all got internet
Yeah.
access.
Yeah.
Honestly,
What'd
I've
he
told
say?
girls that, like, hey, look, like, you're real cute now, but I got to see what your mother looks like. I've
That's
asked girls at the bar.
dude. See,
a great
see?
icebreaker.
Keaton knows. Keaton knows.
Okay.
And
Keaton
then sometimes
knows.
you get lucky and the mom's hotter, and then you can just kind of use her to get to the mom.
Okay, so that hasn't happened to me.
I'm-
but
I
I'm
do have a
messing with you.
question, but maybe I should ask
But
it. On
so
this.
thin, I
This has
just
gone
you know
so
what? I just
sexual.
want someone who's going to be thin for a long time.
Like way less than you forever. Not gonna like
Oh,
creep up on
I
you.
just got a miss.
Yeah,
We don't need a
not
sneak
gonna,
attack coming up.
yeah. And so my mother-in-law is super thin, and my wife is super
I
thin.
think that's superficial. I think that's a negative.
Yes,
To-
I'm all negative. Have you not met? Have you not met me?
This is a shitty conversation for sure, but it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
what was the
everybody has
question
a
you wanted to
preference.
ask?
Wait a
It's-
second. Everybody has
it's weight.
preference.
I was gonna ask how many moms have you banged?
it's not.
Da-
it's
Darren-
not ageism.
0.
It's not.
Darren-
Not
it's
it.
heavyism.
Darren likes bigger girls and I like thinner girls. It's just preference.
What's bigger? Does it have to be like proportionate
Like
bigger,
Amy
or are you
Schumer.
cool with like top heavy or?
Amy Schumer's a little bit.
And chicken
No,
legs on
I'm
her.
more of a booty
You know,
guy. I like
you
a
know what
booty.
I'm talking about when they get like really big on top, but then like their legs are still skinny. I don't know.
want-
I don't want them on top of
No,
me.
I like that bottom big.
Oh my god.
That
Yeah.
top can be little. I don't
Yeah,
You
care.
would have
Darren-
liked.
Darren-
You know, who-
I like a
hey,
booty and
I'm
legs.
gonna hook you up with Denali Molina.
Her name's Dig.
Denali.
Yeah, sounds like
That's,
Dooley.
that name is just.
Dude, it was
Yeah,
it was
I
30,
saw. Hey,
it
I
was
saw
30 years
Denali.
ago.
I saw
I have
Denali
a-
on a billboard on my way home, and she was saying, "Eat more chicken."
Hey, I've got a story.
She's 50 something years old now.
I've got a story.
Yeah, she
Oh
was
Real
my
quick.
gosh.
You said
Sorry.
okay. You said Dooley, right? Okay. So I bought a house at auction one time, and when I bought this house, I got a car and a truck and a horse and a trailer. All this
Yeah,
stuff.
he's a big shot.
Take
Yeah,
No, no,
they
no.
both are.
We get it. You're in
So
a different tax
this-
bracket.
This truck I got was a dually. It was a white dually, and I drove it around for a half a minute, and then I sold it. And the guy
So
I
he could
sold
carry
it
his gorilla
to,
around.
the guy I sold it to, something paperwork was done wrong, so I had to talk to him months later. And so I was talking to him and his girlfriend, and they're like, "Yeah, we named it Kelly because it's got big hips like Kelly Pickler."
Who is Kelly Pickler?
She's some country singer that had big hips, I guess, and they named their dually after this country singer that had big
What an
hips.
honor!
only
It's
good
funny.
if we
State of
know.
Louisiana
Nope.
to be named Dooley be named after you. I'd
Yeah.
take
Yeah,
pride.
yeah. That's
Oh,
Kelly
yeah.
Hey,
actually,
Yeah,
Kelly
if
Pickler
she
may
knew
have
that.
passed away.
If
She
she
may
knew
have
that,
passed away.
yeah.
No,
I
She would have been
am.
super happy.
I think Kelly Pickler passed away, but I like Kelly Pickler. I mean, for the half a minute she was famous.
Well, I don't know. All I know is that sounds great. I think that the personality has to come into play. And if somebody
Yes.
has a shit personality, I don't care how hot you are. I don't care
No.
what your face looks like.
Wait a
You
second.
can fuck
Hotness
off.
Wait a
means
second.
nothing.
Wait a second. Wait a second. We didn't even.
What?
We didn't. I didn't mention personality. Of course, personality. I mean,
Can I say something?
Uh,
Can I say something?
What?
So
And if she
I-
loves
you-
Jesus
what-
Christ.
So you guys don't like? I mean, Mariana has a great personality.
oh,
mean,
we
you know.
love her.
Oh,
Don't-
Yeah.
Mariana's the
if,
best
if you didn't have her,
personality.
I wouldn't talk to you even.
I know.
So-
Yeah,
I know.
actually, we're only friends with you.
So here's
I
the
know.
thing. I lived in Corsicana for a while, as Keaton
Okay,
probably
sorry.
understands Corsicana at some point. We
Go
may have
Dogs.
lost him. He looks frozen. So there was a
No, he's
girl
just
that I
fine.
knew, and she wasn't the most beautiful girl in the world, but
Tigers.
she was awesome. She was hilarious. And
Okay.
for a minute, I was like, should I ask her out because of her personality? But she's not.
She tricked you.
Yeah, I never asked her out. I'm as shallow as Greg, but personality
Yeah,
means
it's
a
hard
lot.
to.
I can't.
It does.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
That may
Honestly,
have
it's
been a
like
more
not the
boring
personality is not
story
going to
than
make it for
Greg's.
me necessarily. But like if you look like Will Ferrell to me is gross because it's like he's not
But he's
attractive
funny.
at all. No.
Okay.
No.
He's also a
That's the
millionaire.
Gen X thing. Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
You don't
He's
like Will
the worst.
Ferrell at all?
No.
Nothing? No level?
But like, even if he was as
Kicking
funny
and
as everyone
screaming,
thinks he is,
Just didn't do it for you.
no.
You just turned in
No,
Talladega
nothing.
Nights.
I
Never
don't
struck
even.
anything.
No. Everyone's like, oh
He
my
looks
gosh,
like
Seth
Josh
Are you
Rogen's
one of those
like,
Gordon Talladega
hipsters?
Nights.
Like you just don't like things that are super popular.
yes.
She's wearing a
I'm
kimono.
Yeah, I was about to say
mhm.
she's
I
wearing the
just-
robe and she's
I'm a
pronouncing it all French.
contrarian. I will say I'm a
Wait a second,
contrarian.
She's
you're a
got
so
the
when
cigarette holder that's that long.
Oh,
Contrarian?
100%.
What does that
You're a
mean?
Yes.
contrarian. You called me
Yeah.
contrary today.
That's
You're a
super
contrarian.
controversial.
Yeah,
Greg.
you are too. No, it's just like if somebody says something, I kind of want to just like say the opposite.
She
just
does that
because.
to all the time on the podcast to me. She and Darren both.
Let's unpack it.
Mm,
I
we'll
don't
unpack
know,
that
but
later.
Greg's a contrarian in a weird way because I said if I said I like ice cream, Greg'd be like, I've never had ice cream.
She's
I've
right
had-
about that.
I've had ice cream plenty of times.
Me and my
it's really
brothers
good.
normally call girls that act like that at the bars assholes, but we can call it contrarian.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Well,
and anything
thank
that
you.
I want from them, hey man, you look good tonight, and they're like, turn away. Yeah, contrarian.
Oh
That's
no,
her.
that's not contrarian.
That's her.
That's not it.
Yeah.
No,
You
that's
know-
not
That's
me. I'm
definitely-
nice.
you know what?
I
I'm
You
like-
just
said
you're-
that was
you're-
you on the last episode.
You're being
Contrarian
contrarian
is
right now.
like-
You're not even agreeing with us.
yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
contrarian to me
Yeah.
is like if it's like a really fancy place and then I want to dress like casual. Or like I don't know, it's just something about it. I don't want to be maybe I'm just really hipster and I just want to
look,
stand
Keaton
out.
said something that it's
It's
been
okay.
in my mind
It's fine.
of late. So good-looking girls only want the guys they want to talk to them, hit on them, whatever.
That's right.
So many times these
It's all
good-looking
girls.
girls get asked out by the wrong guy, mutants,
Mhm.
all this stuff.
Mutants.
Jasmine, as a good-looking girl, how do you?
Oh, thank you.
How do you handle that?
I don't have that. I don't know what you guys are talking about. You're like, oh, dick pics, and I'm not trying to elicit. I
You
don't
got
want
a
any of
dick
that.
pic.
I
Same.
don't.
You said it on the podcast. We know that you did.
No, I got it.
You
But I
already
was like
admitted it
12,
was
and I
recorded.
like, "Ugh." But
But she's the
don't
editor.
get-
She can take it out.
Yeah, I'll just
She's
cut that
editing the
right
dick
out.
pic?
Never.
No,
Yep.
she can edit the show.
No, but one time a guy did send
'Cause
me
I
that
sure
I was
as
like
hell
really
don't do it.
that I thought was really funny. He sent me a picture and it's like of his thumb, or it's a picture of somebody's thumb, and it looks like a dick, and it scared the shit out of me.
Do you
But
think that maybe
that's,
it
like, the
was
closest.
actually his dick pic, and then you
No,
called
it
it?
wasn't.
That's
No,
very
I
good,
And you was like,
Gary.
"Oh, it's
No,
just
I
my
swear.
thumb." You probably broke his heart.
I'll
Jazz.
find it.
Example of a thumb.
I'll find it.
Well,
No.
the-
But I never get hit on, Darren. I don't know what you're talking about. We've been out multiple times. You, me, Greg, all went out. Nobody
Wow, no
comes up
dudes
to me. He's
walk
like, let me
up to
buy
the
you a
girl that
drink.
shows up with 2 dudes.
3 dudes.
Wow.
Her husband was there too.
Shocker. Wow, Jazz. I'm color me
Okay,
shocked.
look. I'm going to tell you this. I've always been the friend of the really pretty girl that like is really fun. And so they always get hit on, and I'm always like the one that the friend talks to. And they're like, I'm just here.
You're just a
You're the
big
liability.
wingman.
I'm
You
going to
got
show you a
assets.
picture.
Dude.
No.
Assets
I'm
and
going to
liabilities.
show you the picture.
That's not a
of
good
my-
sign.
Keaton's a
a
finance guy.
horrible place.
He
You
knows
know
about
what?
It's the
assets
worst
and
place to be.
liabilities.
Hold
Mm-mm.
on. I just thought of
It's a
something.
bad place.
There is a particular guy that hit on you at a chamber event time and time again.
Yeah, at the
So-
chamber
and
event
you-
where there's
and-
55-year-old
No, I
women,
know,
and I'm
I know,
the
but
only
he was
person
not
who is like
55.
under the age of
No,
40.
he
You're
was
being
not
Really?
contrarian
55,
right now.
but you did not like that advancement.
No, I didn't. I didn't like him. He was being disgusting, but he's
So
also
don't say you don't get hit on because this guy hit on you.
It's okay. Well, that's not fair. That doesn't count.
Why does that
That's
not
not
count?
fun.
Really?
That's not like because we're not like at a bar and we're having a good time and like I
Oh,
get
so it
someone
has
to
to
buy
be the
me a
right
drink.
setting in order
He
for it to be
literally
getting
just
hit
came
on.
up to me. Okay, Keaton, let me tell
If
you.
you get hit on
You're like-
at a grocery store,
We're-
that doesn't count.
We're at a chamber event.
A
It's the
chamber
Amazon.
event,
Yeah,
that
we're
doesn't
surrounded
count.
by all
That's
these
not
old
a-
women.
I'm not hammered at the bar, so it doesn't count.
And this guy.
I mean, I tried to use the same thing on this one ex-girlfriend of mine, and she
Wrong
definitely did not
context.
take it.
It's
Keaton,
not
I think-
raining
I think
outside,
the-
so it doesn't count.
Keaton,
Why
I
would
think the
Why would I hit on
the-
her? I wasn't drunk at a bar.
the key is she has to be willing for it to count.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
ridiculous.
It's not that.
You're
I'm
being
telling you,
contrarian,
it doesn't.
Jazz.
It just doesn't
We're
really
working on
happen
this.
in a.
Just
Oh my
accept it.
God.
You got hit on at the chamber
Just
Okay.
event.
accept it. Just
And
accept
you
it.
liked it.
Yeah. No.
She likes it.
He was. Darren.
You liked
Mealy.
it.
Don't
You're
say
getting
my
all-
last name. How
You're
dare
getting all
you.
red in the face
Mealy?
right now, Jazz. It needs to slow
Mealy,
down.
mealy, mealy.
Hey, I
Mealy.
sent you that name, Jasmine. Did you have a chance to pull it up?
I did. I haven't pulled her up,
Well,
but
no,
I was going to
so
show you a
like
picture
these-
of me in high school to prove how unattractive I was.
Oh,
Well, he sent you a
I
picture
saw
of
a
his
picture
thumb,
of you.
Jazz.
Cool.
Hey,
It's a little stubby.
Mine looks like that.
That's about right.
It's a good depiction. I can see why Jazz might have.
It's pretty.
Ah,
Could have
pretty
been
fair.
shocked.
so okay, but I just want to say that guy said I was eating a strawberry. It's like it's like
okay,
8
but
in
you
the morning.
started it. Like you probably were
Fuck
looking him in the
off.
eyes while you're eating the strawberry.
Darren,
This is your
No.
fault.
What?
we're surrounded by 80-year-old people. It's a work thing. I'm eating a strawberry. I didn't realize I couldn't eat a strawberry. He came up to me and he came up and like whispered in my ear and he's like, those are aphrodisiacs. And I was like, ugh, like kill me. He was so gross. He's going through divorce. He's bald.
that's a good line.
I
That's
had
called
a
getting
He's got
hit
a new
on.
girl. Have you seen his girl online?
Yeah,
And
that's
his girlfriend
was a
is
good
like
line.
the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
His
I do not know
girlfriend
how
There you
he
go.
landed
Pretty
that.
He has good
interesting, I
taste.
must say.
I
Yeah,
do not
he was
understand
one
it.
up and he's like, well, if Jazz is gonna act like this, I'm gonna post all
No.
over
Yeah,
my
I'm going to
space.
show her
No.
ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna
No,
post
no.
Oh, I've
all
been
over
the
my
same
space.
way.
I know
Here's
where
the
she
thing.
frequents.
He went through a divorce and no hate or anything, but he went through a divorce and she was like this skinny, tall white girl. And now he's dating this like beautiful, thick black woman. And I'm like, if I had been divorced by my
That's
husband
Darren's
and he went
territory.
and dated something completely the opposite of me, I would have
100%.
been pretty fucked. I mean, that would have killed me. I mean, that would kill me. So
Well,
know.
okay, so same bullshit, right? With these girls and how they act at the bar and everything. And like you walk up, you try to fucking put some sugar on them and everything. It's like, like my thing is like, what are the women providing when it comes to like, what? Because like, all right, I can buy you a drink and you can be cool. And sure, we might go home together. Who knows, right? But at the same time, it's like women have all these expectations of these guys. And it's like, my next boy, he has to be making $200,000 a year. He has to be this, like it's all these expectations. Like for what? For the same thing that you're going to give to the same or a different dude next weekend.
I like that. I like that. You're putting it on her.
No, it's true.
I like that. I've never heard that before.
Specifically Jazz is what I meant. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. No,
okay,
but
wait.
I mean that is the truth. Because
on the record, as a contrarian, I got married to somebody who had more debt than money. He was 19. He was 20, I guess, at the time, or 21. But I was 19. We grew up together. He offered me nothing, and I offered him nothing. It was just love. Okay.
Well, shit, you're 19.
Yeah.
There's not a lot you can offer at 19.
We were children.
Not now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
now
on the same, it is the truth though, because like all these girls, like their expectations, these guys, like they don't even know what it's like for someone to like make $100,000. I'm like, you're asking for the same like amount of money your dad's making, and he's in his 50s.
Yeah,
from a dude who's entry level.
That's the wrong girl. You need to
push her out of the bar.
Have y'all not seen those videos of those girls on the street where they just get dude? There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos of these guys on interviewing TikTok, girls in the streets, and they're like, "Oh, my husband, like in Dallas, right? They're like, oh, my next boyfriend has to be making at least $250K or at least $400K before you get married."
They all have rich parents and they want to live like their rich parents.
But it doesn't matter where they're at, dude. It could be in Stillwater, Oklahoma, where our population's so low we don't get a Target. Like it's these expectations of girls because they'd have zero fucking clue how the world works.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like the guys probably do similar things. No, like where they're like,
no,
you have to be. Well, you just said that they can't be ugly.
I mean, sure,
they can't be fat.
But whenever you're looking for like a wife or like a girl you actually want to date, it's like, oh, what do you provide? And they're like, oh, I'm great in the bedroom. I'm like, yeah, I heard that from the last 12 dudes that I ran into that told me about you. Like. You know, what's a girl providing? You know?
I see.
Keaton's bringing it, man.
Well, because you're talking about like a one night stand,
Keaton and let him
right?
shit on
You're not talking about like a relationship.
I have fun when I go out. Like that's my goal.
Awesome.
You
like, if
seem
I'm not having fun,
like
I
fun.
leave.
Yeah. No, you seem
that.
fun, and I think we would all have fun. But I'm just saying, I think that you're talking about like one night stand context, or maybe like a couple of hookups. That's not my scene whatsoever. And maybe I put that out there, but I'm a very much a intense relationship person. Like I want to be
clearly.
So Keaton, where do you go out? Like
I go to Stockyards.
Oh, do you? Which bar?
Oh yeah.
I go to Filthy McNasty's or Rhinestone Cowboy.
Really? I'll go to the old place with your mom.
Rhinestone Cowboy sounds like a
not
gay
with your
bar.
mom. With your mom.
I actually was hanging out at the
Rodeo Exchange.
Yes, she's getting canceled.
We just got explicit.
Yeah,
is Rhinestone?
It's no new intel.
We just achieved the E, just right there.
Is Rhinestone right down in Stockyards?
Yeah, no, it's across street from Filthy McNasty's.
Is it okay?
Is Loose Change still there?
Is that
no.
Okay.
But like,
is it a
I'd rather go to those bars than like to go to like West 7th Street or something stupid like that.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah,
can
you may
dance?
meet a real
girl
in those bars.
Yeah, I could two-step.
Okay, cool. Girl. Yeah, so my wife and I go down there. We go
How
to
about
like I said, we go to the old
in Deep Ellum. You ever been there?
No.
Are you a dancer?
I'm not going to Dallas.
Did you say you can?
Yeah, we don't
I
go
was
to
a
Dallas.
bartender
Sorry.
at Deep Ellum.
It's too gross down there. $25 for a tequila shot. I'm never going ever again.
And $20 a bar.
I've never felt older than that one place we went in Fayetteville with all the college students.
I love Fayetteville.
Where you throw the shots on the ground.
Yeah, the ice shots.
You've been there?
Yeah, I have 3 younger brothers that are.
I've never felt older than when we went there. I felt like we're so out of place.
Yeah,
I
love all these like kids wearing Crocs, and we were like,
I had a fine time there. Throwing the thing on the ground, it was fun.
And I'll be honest with you,
it's summertime. It didn't break.
The shots were small.
Listen,
hit someone in the foot.
Listen, it's summertime now, so all the college kids have gone home. So Dixon's more kind of normal, and you can kind of take it back over. It's a little less rushy. You know what I mean?
I like rushy.
I mean, it's also fun to like go to the college football games, and like I'm all about my space. Like I don't like being shoulder to shoulder in any bar, but like I like I'm addicted to going to college football games and like getting that like after win bar scene. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Me too. I'm the same way. I got
girls are a lot more hot. Like drinks taste a
when
lot
you
better.
when you're in a good mood.
Yeah, for sure.
I've never been there whenever Arkansas won a football game. They suck.
Oh,
I don't care. It's my younger brothers who care.
It was a big night when they beat Texas. Man, it was a big night.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's their one win. And like they also lost to University of North Texas 2 years prior. And they lost to
Ooh.
Liberty the same year they beat Texas.
Ouch.
Yeah, damn straight.
All right.
Hey,
Blue
so,
Pig.
so
We have Calipari now for basketball. So
I don't know
Great.
anything about sports, but
Calipari's the
that's
shit,
fine.
but there's a
funny.
reason he's not coaching at Kentucky anymore.
Well, because he's
Mhm, yeah.
buddies with John Tyson, and John Tyson threw him $8 million to go to Arkansas.
Yeah. Because that's what the Arkansas fans just love is basketball.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a basketball guy
No.
either.
College basketball
baseball.
sucks.
Baseball, football.
so we have a topic for tonight. You guys want to get into the
Gymnastics.
topic?
What?
We do. Can I get
Yeah.
a drink?
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
get a quick drink? Okay.
Get
Yeah,
a
you
drink.
can.
Go for it.
What kind of drink are you
Y'all, don't wait for me. Just go.
What kind of drinks are you
Yeah,
getting?
he likes to sing
He's
while
getting he's
Tom
probably
Collins,
getting a whiskey. No, he gets a whiskey soda or something.
old fashioned. I think it's
Old fashioned.
martini.
He's about to like
No.
shake a
Shaken, not
whole
stirred.
fucking drink, isn't he? He's gonna
Yeah,
pull out
No,
the
he's
liquor
gonna-
and fucking everything.
No, he's just gonna get
Yeah.
a whiskey and soda. Whiskey.
Get
and
closer
Coke,
to the
whatever.
camera, man.
Hey, so
Yeah. He's
So,
like, yep.
social media. Can you
We already went over
rank
this MySpace
your
stuff.
rank your social media platforms that you use and how you use
Preferences?
them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Twitter.
Okay, so we're all gonna do this, or just Keaton? Because I want to talk about
Yeah,
that
we
too.
talk about it just the topics
Yeah.
of the podcast.
Yeah.
Probably like
I mean,
if you're going with the big three, like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, then it's probably
Twitter still, really?
Yeah,
Twitter?
Twitter's like the number.
Really?
It's the number one social media account today,
I have never used Twitter. I
or X.
don't
Whatever you
like
call
Twitter.
it now.
X. Yeah. No, I never got
You're
into
still
Twitter.
on
I guess I like
MySpace.
pictures. No, I'm not still on MySpace.
Yes, you
I've
are.
like not looked at it since I was
You are.
what,
You're
probably
100% on MySpace.
17. Well, I mean, it still exists. I think maybe I was hoping there were pictures on there from a long time ago, but they all got deleted. So
How do you use it? So it's Twitter. Is that order? Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
yeah.
I currently
And do you-
have. Look, I can literally pull it up. I currently have.
Do you TikTok?
Oh yeah, TikTok's in there. I've
Okay.
6 accounts on
TikTok
Twitter
is
right now.
fun. 6 accounts.
Okay, so
So you're
do you
all
use-
in on. How do you feel about Threads? I'm
Stupid,
curious.
pointless.
Stupid.
It's one of the
okay,
dumbest
I see.
things ever. Like
Well,
it was
isn't it just like
Facebook's,
Twitter, or no?
Facebook's jab at Twitter because Elon Musk bought Twitter, and he re-imaged. Like I can't tell you how many accounts I've had banned, and like things
Oh,
flagged
yeah.
and stuff like that before Elon took over. And now that Elon's in charge,
And now it's
like
better.
true free speech. Like they banned the
That's
president
awesome.
of the United States. Like that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
No, I hate that. I love that it's better now, and I hope that they do that with YouTube, because I know that people make like a living off of YouTube and then they get kicked off.
Yeah,
Google is, well, maybe I shouldn't say it on this, but
I mean, who
they're
cares? Have an
rough. They're a
opinion.
tough crowd. They're just like, I got kicked off of Google Ads multiple times.
It's all the damn
doing
liberals.
totally. Well, it's all automated.
Yeah,
They don't have
it's
anyone
all
like
the people who
actually.
wanna
They're just
censor
like,
our
oh, we don't like.
speech and all this shit, and they don't want us to
Mhm.
say our own opinions. And now they have a way they can put a muzzle on us because people give a shit about followers, and you shouldn't. You should live a carefree life, and it shouldn't matter.
Right.
But it's
yeah,
fucking
we don't care
entertaining.
about followers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit.
That's why when you tell
but
people that I don't
it's
like gay people,
entertaining.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
freaking-
Like I
That's
can
right.
spend 8 hours a day on TikTok if I wanted to. Like
Yeah,
with-
no, I really could.
yeah,
And
like, my
ADHD
screen
is
time's
real.
insane.
but- Yeah.
So
Okay,
how
so I
do
would
you use
say
it? So
from-
you use
oh.
for work? It's Twitter for
Yeah.
work or for?
I mean, I have my podcast and everything like that, but like it's really like
Okay, so YouTube too. YouTube's out there. You not use YouTube?
but it's not like a social media
It's
site.
not social. That's right. Yeah, you're right.
Like in
Yeah.
same thing for TikTok. Like
Mhm.
technically TikTok's a social media site, but you're not getting it on there to like check in on shit. Like I consider social media like the social aspect to be there. Like
Yeah, I got
you're
you.
talking, checking on your friends, all that bullshit. And Twitter is like the number one source to get or space to get all your tweets sports tweets and all of your friends updates, everything. And it's
Mhm.
fast, it's rapid.
What are you tweeting? Wait, you have 6 accounts. What kind of what's like an example of like a personal
so like
tweet
I
you
run
would
our
put out?
NIL collective's social media, so like how our college athletes get paid, and so like I create content on
Mhm.
there for people to go and donate and situation. We've raised a couple $1 million, through it, which is
Wow.
super exciting.
That's awesome.
But on my main Twitter account, I
Congratulations.
use it's just a lot of shit posting college football and like creating content. Like I put like the betting odds coming up. I put like one of the number one softball pitcher in the country played for us, and she transferred to our in-state rival. So whenever we beat her, I made this like hype video of her being like, "Oh yeah, I'm leaving for better" and all that shit, and then us just fucking cranking dingers off of her. And so like, and I enjoy it.
So you have a style, and it's a little relentless.
Oh, I talk shit.
I like that.
And my followers are relentless.
That's cool.
Like my followers don't let up.
Yeah. You have that target audience, and I bet you get a lot of comments that are like,
so if they don't like this, they're going to give us a lot of heat, is what you're saying.
Well, Jasmine she's already sure about that because she said she hates Oklahoma City.
I don't even understand why y'all edit. Like, just don't edit your podcast.
We don't usually edit. We don't edit.
Really don't. The only time we edit is when Darren tells us what his friend in 8th grade called somebody a dead body that
the stuff that comes out of a dead body.
Stop it.
Hey, but Keaton, what program do you use for your pod?
I use StreamYard.
StreamYard.
Like it? And it's super easy to use. And on top of that, like you get these dudes on that are like playing in the NFL who have zero knowledge of how dude, like Tyreek Hill didn't own a laptop or an iPad. Are you shitting me? So I had to like download like some.
So he could come on he came on by his phone or what?
Yeah, and I like record it. He also like skipped it in the beginning, so I went out and got absolutely hammered the night before. Because I thought he skipped. Like I literally put the mayor of Stillwater on hold because I was supposed to do his after, and I was like, "Yo, I'm sorry, I have to wait for Tyreek Hill." And he was like, "Hey, I have to do something."
And you told the mayor. You told the mayor, "Yo." You said, "Yo."
Yeah,
mayor.
I did. I got hammered with him in West Virginia. He's a great dude.
That's awesome. And I saw a sticker today that said, "Be you, they'll change."
Yeah, dude. He was a great dude. He was in overalls. We were beer bonging out of a flamingo. He was a great dude.
Wow.
And
I love that.
But yeah, I went and got hammered after he told me, like, basically ghosted me. And I got back to my apartment 4 a.m., something like that. Woke up like 9 a.m., hungover, and he texted me. He's like, "I can do it, but it has to be right now." So like, it was like one of the worst recorded podcasts I've ever had in my life. Like I was like,
I'm gonna go watch
profusely. Like one of the questions that I asked, he was like, he just it was supposed to stem into like 12 questions. Fucking did not. He was like, I don't want to talk about that. And I you can literally hear me like ruffling through papers, like being like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, okay, checking my notes. Okay, yeah. We that's why we don't have papers. So, we don't know what we're talking about. Greg keeps track for sure.
And you can do like overlays and everything if you want to. I mean, I don't know. I try to stick to like Joe Rogan. I'm a big believer that like.
I love Joe Rogan.
What, the most listened to podcast, and which ones do you listen to? You don't just listen to random ones. I mean, now you kind of do.
No, I listen to all of them.
Okay,
yes,
but majority of people are listening to Kanye West
because
and all that shit.
When you go, but when you go on there and you it's like this guy wrote this documentary or whatever, you learn. It'll go into a conversation and you learn some crazy shit like that you never ever. Some of the best conversations from people that I never heard of.
I listened to one called Alien Theorist.
Matthew Walker on Sleep.
Let me get it out.
Fucking changed my life.
Alien Theorists Theorizing. It's a bunch of Canadians that get drunk and make fun of alien stories. It's awesome and hilarious.
Joe Rogan just had Alien Theory guy on like not too long ago.
From Alien Theorists?
No, it was a real guy who really believes in the aliens.
These guys
and then there was another guy who was talking about how 9/11 was a setup.
I've never listened to Joe Rogan.
No, he's dead.
How dare you?
Majority of people listen to him because of his guests. And that was kind of the main point is like, I figured it out and I was like, dude, no one gives a shit about me. I'm just another kid with a podcast.
Right.
And I had all these followers on Twitter. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just start DMing every single Oklahoma State athlete and just kind of see what sticks. And it works.
And they come on.
Yeah.
And they don't.
It's really nice when you can just be like, nobody cares about me. And then just like,
all we've done is hit like Friends.
Yeah, hit Friends.
We're just fucking around though. We're not like doing this to like be popular. We're just having fun.
But we like it,
Darren.
Yeah, we like to get together. That's all.
Fine.
Yeah, get some brand deals.
We just want to talk a lot.
That's whenever shit started going crazy for me. Like whenever brands started reaching out, like this company, No Rivals. Like I can give them a shout out. They sent me like 3 different hats the other day, just to like wear on podcasts and everything like that.
We're trying to get the
It's
kimono
weird
business.
when people have that's what I'm trying to do is get sponsored by Anthropology. But I will say that there is like a lady who has like 20,000 followers or something, not like crazy. It's just, honestly, I wouldn't ever think like, that's somebody who would get free stuff, right? But she gets like free couches and free
Okay,
like free
I'm
stuff
not
all
on
the time.
couches level yet, but
Not
I'm
yet.
getting
Okay,
some
well you'll
ball
get there. I
caps in
think.
there.
I think you'll get there. Maybe.
I'd take a ball cap. I'd be
She's
thrilled
not
with a
that
ball
big, but
cap.
she's getting
Hey.
free couches sent to her front door. Get the
I mean, I guess it just depends on who you know. But she just like asked for a couch, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll get you a couch." Whatever. I don't know.
and like
So
I
Jasmine,
She just mentions it.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Jasmine needs a moving company. Maybe somebody can reach out for her.
No, I already hired a moving
Hey,
company.
Jasmine, what
Done.
about
Deal's done.
what about you? How do you use the Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok? What's your ranking and how do you
I'm
use
like
them?
age that I'm supposed to be good at that stuff, and I'm not. I consume a lot more than I put out. I don't like to have public stuff because I guess I just like don't. It's like I want everybody to like. I want to have followers, but I don't want people to know me. Like I hate when people know me,
And I can
and that's probably why I hate
testify to that.
Bentonville.
So I knew Jasmine for a couple of months, and I was like, "Oh," I looked her up. You've got a Facebook page? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she didn't want me to friend her, and look
I
at us
just
now.
don't because I'm always deleting people. I'm like I don't actually like you, so I go and delete people a
I've
lot,
never
but I don't know
deleted
why.
anybody. I've hidden people,
Yeah, I
but I've
know,
never
but that's who
deleted
you are, though.
I'll
You
block.
love that. Like you love people. Yeah, I'll just. I mean, I don't really block. I just delete. I like, and then it's awkward when you see them again.
Well, don't do it.
Yeah, don't see them again.
Well, I don't. Well, that's why I'm trying to leave.
Well, no, don't
Get me outta here, huh?
delete them.
The
Who are
plot
you
thickens.
deleting?
Here's the thing, Darren. Not everyone needs to see pictures of like stupid shit that I do, and I don't even know what am I supposed to
what
post.
are you
Like,
posting?
do people care
What are
about
you
this
posting
stuff?
on this?
I don't know. I
She doesn't post
Here's the
anything.
thing.
Kimono
Here's the thing.
shots.
I try to post things that I like. So if I was doing like kind of like outfit of the day stuff for a while because I'm really into fashion.
True.
But then I would get so many people who would be like, "Oh my gosh, this is so inspiring," and then I get like 2 or 3 people would be like, "Oh, are you an influencer now?" And that would like deter me. I'd be like, "Okay, well, I'm not gonna post anymore because you're a bitch. So fine."
The guy
And
that hit
I
on
let
you
people bother me too much.
at the chamber thing told me, he's like, "Well, I see her posting." He really liked that. So just
Yeah, and that's another thing is like you get creepo, man. It's crazy.
So-
It's creepy.
just wanna see you
nothing's
eat a
more
banana.
lame than my post. I post water towers.
Yeah.
Strawberry. Whatever.
Which I think is some Freudian deep set, some sort of
No,
I don't know.
it's because I'm
symbolic. I
making
don't
fun
know.
of the people in the little town in Louisiana saying,
Mhm.
"Oh, beautiful hometown." It's of the freaking water tower.
Yeah, it
that's
is
how
on my
all
shirt that I
started,
have
is
of
to make fun of
Linden.
them.
Well,
And
So-
now
sure.
people send me pictures of water towers.
You have me trained to
I
take
know. I
pictures
love
of
it.
water
I love
towers.
it. I'm the water tower guy.
So if you had to rank them,
Okay.
how would you go?
Oh, I don't know. God, okay.
Do you use any
From-
regularly, like
What's the
Instagram?
first
ones
app
that I
you open when you
use-
wake up?
I would say probably Instagram would be the most. Facebook,
Mhm.
I don't even know why I have a Facebook anymore. I hate it. Like I've Marketplace, I think is the reason. And then I don't do anything else. I guess TikTok for a long time. I was reading a lot of articles on TikTok.
Oh, whatever.
Articles.
I've learned a lot.
Stupid.
I've learned a lot from TikTok. I'd say I use YouTube a lot because, well, and then I'm always listening to Spotify, which isn't social media, but I don't know. Something that's a hallmark of like, I don't know if Gen Z, if you've experienced this, Keaton, but I used to listen to music 24/7 as a kid. Like I would always have my Walkman or my stereo or whatever. And now I still do that. My kids don't care about music at all.
Mine either.
Why are you
I love music.
laughing?
My kids do.
Your Walkman?
Yeah. Anti-skip.
Jesus Christ! Would you when you
I
had your
still have
Walkman?
one.
Would you walk to the go get cigarettes without an ID at like 12 years
Yeah,
old?
for my mom. Exactly. Yep.
Keat-
She'd send me to the store and I'd go get cigarettes for my mom.
Keaton, I
And the lady at the corner
Yeah,
knew
but
me.
screen time is our biggest issue.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
I still have a Walkman and it still works.
Dude,
It's unbelievable.
Do you use that line at the
You
girls
know
at the
what?
bar?
Can I tell you this
yeah,
too?
so I've been
The
married
thing
for
is
quite a long
creepy.
Take out the
time.
Walkman.
Yeah, no, well, he wants to-
Hey, some people might
you
like
run out of
that.
battery.
Shoddy.
Hey,
I got
Hey,
something
I'm
that
gonna-
old man doesn't.
hey, I'm in a 72 olds.
I
I've
got a
an
fucking
8-track
working
in it.
Walkman.
Hey, no, I've got an
Come hop in
8-track
the
in my
Pontiac
The
Firebird
set.
and take
in
a
my
ride,
72
sweetheart.
Oldsmobile. Come listen to my 8-track.
Hold on, let me
of Boston.
rewind it. Yeah.
Let me rewind it.
Yeah, be kind
It's
and
gonna take about
rewind.
4 minutes.
Hey, hey,
I got a
Dude.
nice
Good for you for
VCR
knowing
going.
that.
dude,
Yeah.
dude. So I still have a
You know
VCR
what?
too.
There is a need for VCR still.
There's not.
Yeah, Yeah,
There's
there
not.
is.
We're
They are.
past that.
You know
Darren.
why?
No.
Hold
Why?
on.
Yeah.
Found
Why?
a bunch of old tapes.
You can convert those,
like,
Darren.
Convert
Oh,
'em,
homemade.
Hey, porn's
home
on the
tapes
internet
Convert 'em.
now, Darren.
of
You
the
They
don't
can
need a
convert 'em.
VCR
kids when they were
anymore.
young, and I've
They
got
can
nothing
convert
to play
them.
it on.
They convert them to
No.
CD or whatever.
Hashtag
yeah.
they. I'm not handing them. I'm not handing them over. I don't know
Yeah,
what's
hand
on
'em
these
over.
tapes.
Hand them over.
Okay.
so-
I will.
I want to know first.
Hey,
A lot of
you know
Bush.
what I mean? Yeah,
Huh?
Yeah,
a lot of
ice
Bush,
cream. Ice cream.
Yeah.
Would you say Bush? A lot of Bush?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm not that old.
Sure.
That's coming back. Maybe we shouldn't talk about
No,
that. We'll
it's
talk about
not,
that in a
Jazz.
different
Jazz,
episode. 'cause
but
I-
Bush is
yeah,
not-
no, it is.
No, it's not.
No,
When a
I'm
girl
just
and I'm
saying
flossing, I'm gonna be
that.
pissed.
Dude, but so Keaton, what about for the guys though?
Oh yeah, no, I'm rocking Bush.
Listen, it's not the bush that's coming back.
Mine is not meant for the center
It's-
mantelpiece.
It's not the bush that's coming back. It is the aesthetic of that time
No.
as far as
Oh, and
porn
Bush is
yes.
the Bush is the Batman signal for that time. It's the flagship
no,
representation
Bush is
of
not
that time.
part of it. I said it's not part of that.
You said it's coming
okay,
back.
but
Terrible.
I wasn't talking about the bush. I was talking about the era.
Terrible.
Bush era?
No, it's like the 70s when Bush was the popular.
Are we
Like
talking
the
about George
president?
W. or H?
Yeah, I think you're talking about the
Adventure.
president. I think you might have read the headline wrong on MySpace, Jazz. So Bush is back in style.
Wow.
Can you fucking
He
believe
is
it?
zinging her. Man.
Can y'all believe? You know your Bush is
He's
back?
quick.
He like threw out the first pitch at a Rangers
Oh, the
game,
rock
and she was
band?
so
From the
confused.
dead.
I'm just thinking
Bush back
that,
in the
like,
building, and she's like,
quintessential-
"Wow."
that quintessential 70s like porn
Here
music.
in like 3 weeks, my husband's gonna
That
fucking go nuts.
Hey, I heard lighting your farts in class is back too.
Jesus. Yeah, she's gonna be walking around
It
with a
all comes
Walkman and a
back
Bush.
around. Eventually, someday,
8-tracks.
there are going to be people who are like, you know what I
No.
want? I want a big old bush.
No
one's
yeah,
gonna
Yeah,
want
it's
there
gonna
will be.
happen.
Just
Stop
like
trying
bell
to-
It will.
bottoms came.
Don't try to
I'm
manifest
telling
it.
you,
No,
from some-
I'm good.
From someone who's in the dating scene right now, if I pulled down her pants and she had a bush, I'd be like, "What the fuck is your problem?"
Oh my
No, you
gosh.
wouldn't. No, you
Yeah,
wouldn't.
maybe
dude.
you.
would,
I would-
no.
I would
Maybe
literally
you.
take a
Maybe
photo
you.
and be like send it to
You know
my,
what?
my group chat and be like, "Dude,
it
apparently
to
I just
me.
have a flashback."
Send it to me and say I, was
just had a
wrong.
thought. I've got a buddy that went out with a girl, and he described her that she had a hair diaper, and he pushed
No.
her away. So
Yeah.
there is that. Now
Look.
Jazz,
his nickname for her
You're,
is hair
you're kind
diaper.
of shooting
No.
over right now. I need you to stop being a contrarian
No, look.
or a chameleon. What'd you
Look.
call yourself?
And I'm not comfortable talking about this either. I just don't want to broadcast thoughts is all.
Okay,
me
so
neither.
Have you ever heard of soaking?
Yeah, it's a BYU thing.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, or earthquaking, same thing, but they're
sure.
Y'all
Oh,
know
I have to
there's
hear
probably
this
a
before
million
we get
different
off.
words
I
for
went
it.
out with a BYU girl.
Oh, you haven't heard of this?
No,
So
I,
it's a
I
Mormon
dated
thing.
the-
They do it
the
at
girl that
BYU.
looks like
Yeah,
you.
Darren, you can just like stick it in and then somebody jumps on the bed for you, so you're not actually doing anything.
you're
wrong.
soaking.
You're soaking.
Or earthquaking is like you're it's a top bunk and a bottom bunk, and they're like soaking it up top, and then the guys
Mhm.
underneath are pushing it from underneath. So earthquaking. It's a BYU
See,
thing.
I feel like what it is distracting you from realizing that you're actually doing something because there's no way you're not going to
Well, it's
do
not
it.
your
So
fault
there's
that it's
somebody in the
moving.
room with you.
Yes.
So there's
right,
a
but
whole
I'm just
nother
saying,
thing
like,
there.
it just masks the fact that you are doing it, right?
Well, how
because
do you
you're
get
not going to
past
like
those
just
garments. At BYU, they wear garments.
I think you
yeah, well,
take those
clearly
off.
not always. Yeah, I
You're not
think they would
supposed
just, I
to.
think they do.
I don't
come
really
off.
know when to
I think you
explain how the
can
birds and the bees
take
work
them
to
off.
you, but I think in order
Yeah,
for the process to be accomplished,
You
probably
I
actually
don't
take
think
your
they
clothes
take
off.
those garments off.
They do.
They're not
They
put
do.
those
attached.
garments.
I'm on
They
TikTok.
do, and they can.
I saw it on Fox News. I know it's true.
Yeah, I read it on MySpace and Yahoo today.
Damn it,
Yeah.
Shauna.
You got
Hmm.
LimeWire next.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, if we could just go all the way back and all like drive over to the Blockbuster and pick out a movie.
yeah, dude, I love those
perfect.
days. Yeah, love those days. Hey, so
That was actually kind of cool, though.
yeah, so I dropped most social media in 2019, so I don't have
Yeah, and then you just got back on Facebook,
so I don't have
right?
Twitter. I had Instagram for work because we post. I'm a powder coater, wheels and stuff, and then I just got back on Facebook for this podcast, and I don't have TikTok. How about you, Darren?
I don't have
TikTok's-
TikTok.
TikTok is
TikTok
the only
is
thing
the
I actually
shit,
want.
dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
out.
know. I don't want anything else but
TikTok
TikTok. I
is
think I'm just
literally
gonna
the
get off
greatest
of
thing ever.
everything
It's
and only be
amazing.
on TikTok.
Nope.
The
So-
algorithm
I'm
is
out.
perfect.
Okay, so I should
China
get
has
TikTok. Is what you're
everything
saying?
about
No.
me.
You will
wanna
spend
lose
8
all
hours a
your
day on it.
wealth
Well,
to China.
Yeah, if you actually like enjoy your time
Dude,
and like
and
enjoy
like
your
the
life, I would
algorithm it
not
has
get
on there
TikTok.
is like it knows everything that
Perfect.
you're gonna like.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have spent many an hour in my bed laughing,
Yes.
shaking,
Yes.
laughing, and my husband's like, stop,
that's
because
cool.
It's that
I'm
funny.
out.
dying.
I like to
No.
laugh.
Yeah.
It's like a
It's
drug.
perfect.
Like it really is.
It is. It
Yeah, I
really
know.
is. No.
And China's
Yeah.
giving it to you, and you're going to be all spaced
And I don't care.
out.
I don't
And
give a
I'm like,
shit.
give me
They can
more.
know all my
Give me
information on
more.
my phone. What are they gonna see? A dick
Inject
pic?
me.
I
straight
send
up.
that to so many girls. They can
Pizza
have that
delivery.
dick pic.
So
What are they gonna
much
do? They're gonna see like 1,200 text messages of me drunk at 2
And they're
a.m.
going to be
texting all
really
my
impressed
ex-girlfriends.
because you
Yeah.
heard the stereotype.
And then they're
Go
going to send
for
you a
it.
pizza.
What I would love for China to pull up. I told them to pack a lunch. Think I'm afraid of some Chinese, dude. We're getting Donald Trump back in office. We're gonna kick their ass.
Oh my God, we just got kicked off
We
of
just
Spotify.
got political for the first time. Congratulations.
No, you can talk. You can talk about Trump on Spotify. I talk about him
I'm
all
just
the time.
joking.
Oh,
Keaton,
we're
I'm just
kidding. We just
kidding.
usually
We're just
steer
Okay.
I'm
being
adulting, so
silly.
So,
Oh,
Darren, what?
yeah, I don't know what that's like.
He's a loose cannon.
Darren, tell us. Do you? So you don't have TikTok? What about Facebook?
No.
What's your take?
Yeah.
What's your
no,
ranking?
it's Chinese.
I've never heard of that. I don't know how to even tell that.
No, what's your ranking though? Do you do Facebook, Instagram, Twitter? How do you use them?
I'm Facebook first, Instagram second. But honestly, I'm leaning more
God, you're
into
such a Facebook
Instagram
guy.
now.
I could have definitely assumed that.
But
Yeah, I feel like we
You're
could have
such a
guessed
fucking
these
Facebook
things
guy.
from
Like,
But you
for
would have thought I
sure.
was too.
No, dude, I don't like Facebook would be a
No,
stretch.
you
for me.
have the no social
You're
media
the type of guy.
vibe.
It says like celebrate their birthday, and like you look at their thing, and they have the only thing on their page is birthday, happy birthday from every year.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's nothing in
Uh-huh.
between.
I'll have
and
to
you-
say I'm
Your profile picture is you like staring directly in the fucking camera. Like,
And does he put stickers
in the-
on other
yeah,
people's
there's
stuff?
definitely
car.
stickers, and hey, you can scroll to the bottom, and it's like join Facebook, fucking single, dude. Like that's the first post.
Oh my gosh. No, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Okay, so
I love it.
hey, we'll be conscious of your time. You guys want to do a game?
Yeah, let's
talk
dump
to me.
one out real quick.
I
Good.
could go either way this time. I'm fine with either.
Keaton,
So
you want to do
I
a game
guess
or
I'm
no?
Yeah, I'll do a
good.
game.
Keaton's
What's
a
up?
superstar.
Okay, we're gonna
Hurry.
do a word game.
Okay, quick.
Okay,
Let's go.
so you get 1 point
Keaton's
if
in
you
the
get the
dark.
word. If you get
Yeah,
the word
He's
right.
gonna know every word.
Okay, so the first one is
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
the first one is these are new words added to the dictionary in 2023.
But they're not like Urban Dictionary.
Yeah,
This is
this
an
is
actual
actual
dictionary. They went old school.
So
on this.
sextortion is the first one. Sextortion.
Sextortion?
Mhm.
No, I know what that is.
SEXTORTION.
I for
Distortion
sure know
with
what that
sex?
is. It's where you.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you just-
so Darren, the old guys have to go first. So Darren, go ahead. Sextortion.
I think it's the Stormy Daniels thing,
I didn't hear what they said, but
Sextortion. Yeah.
right? That's her name.
well, distortion
I mean,
is
Stormy
a word, and
It's
sex
the
is
porn
a
star
word.
Trump used to bang.
Right, but she's sextorting him.
Sextortion.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a different
Okay,
opinion.
my mind wasn't there. My mind went to
Oh.
like twisting your legs and your arms like a
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's
Oh,
that's
you're
probably
thinking like contortionist
Contortion.
during.
Okay.
in a
And
I had a
sexual
different-
manner.
Okay. No,
I
that's
thought
good.
it
You're
was-
probably right about the extortion thing.
I thought it was like the chicks with dicks and like all the trans and all that hate.
Oh.
okay.
Ones you were talking
okay,
about
yeah,
earlier,
I like
guys.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like social distortion. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
so
like the-
I think it's
like the
when
social
like Stormy
justice
Daniels
nuts.
sextortionisms, sextortions Trump or whatever with or maybe not. I don't know. Let me work on this. Go ahead, Greg.
So what is it?
Well,
I think it's when
Well-
somebody uses sex as or like having had sex with somebody and extorts that for like money or right? Isn't that what extortion means?
that's what I think it is. I think it's
Okay.
using sex as
Well,
a
you
tool.
can't have the same definition. You
Yeah, but I was supposed to go before you. So anyway,
Oh.
criminal behavior in which a perpetrator illicitly obtains sexually compromising material such as images and threatens to publish it. Oh, so it's not.
So it's what Keaton could have
yeah,
done,
mhm.
but instead he just settled for pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nobody gets
Listen,
a point.
But you could have gotten like real money, but you didn't. You got pizza.
There's a whole other side to it where, yeah, it was dope.
Because you could have been like, I'm 15 and you're a pervert, so I'm gonna put you on Dateline. But you didn't do that. You're a good person. You just
enjoyed my
took
pizza.
some Domino's. And what was your pizza? Was it Pizza Hut?
Yeah, what's your pizza of
stuffed
choice?
crust. Yeah.
Dude, they had stuffed crust, and I was in. Like they were like, I'd be like meshing them.
Mhm.
They're like, "Yo, the stuffed crust is $2 extra." I'm like, "Yeah, get it." Like,
Yeah.
Get
You
it.
better
like, bro, I'm
like
14.
that's fine.
I'm a hot bitch. You better give me
Yeah.
some stuff.
Bro, like you're gonna get laid, dude. Like I knew exactly what he wanted to hear. I was just talking to him exactly
As
how
if.
I wanted a girl to talk to me.
Oh, we
So-
need to show
That's really an
him
advantage.
the robot girl and see what he thinks of that.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
same idea.
Okay, but I actually have to go pretty soon. So
Hostile
it's-
architecture. Hostile
Hmm,
architecture.
hmm,
Darren.
hmm.
I mean, is this about them like tearing down the Southern Confederate soldiers and all that?
That's a
Wow.
good guess. Okay.
That is
So-
a great guess.
So I'm going to go with it's architecture that portrays some kind of I don't know, Black Lives Matter or KKK or something like that.
Okay.
People are,
Same
some
thing.
message that's there you go.
Okay, Darren. What about you? What do you think?
Hostile architecture. You know what? Hostile architecture is probably the making of a battleship or a warship or
Wow, dude.
Hmm.
Okay.
some kind of
Okay, I think I know what it is. I'm actually certain. It's when
I'm certain.
you are sitting on a very like when you go and it's like you go to this place, an architectural church, whatever, and it's just laid out poorly. It's so hostile. It's like you have to like climb up a million stairs to get to it, and there's like nowhere to sit, and it is made of shitty material. So like you scratch yourself on the wall. Have you been there? Okay, I'm thinking specifically of a couple of churches we went to when we were in Europe. It was horrible. But yeah, no, that's hostile.
Okay,
Hostile
Keaton, you got anything
architecture.
else, or are you going with your first
No, I'm
answer?
going with gut.
Okay, so it is design elements of public buildings and spaces that are intended to stop unwanted behavior such as loitering and sleeping in public by making such behavior difficult and uncomfortable.
I think that's
Yeah.
Jasmine.
Okay.
Jasmine, you were
similar to what
close.
I was saying.
We'll give you
Like,
half a
so
point.
what that means, or yeah,
Half
I
a
guess
point.
Nah,
kinda-
that's Jasmine. What did Keaton say?
No.
I don't remember.
Like taking
yeah, no,
down
I think I get a
Confederate,
point, Greg.
taking down
Oh,
my
yeah,
Confederate
yeah.
statues, just off bat.
Yeah, no, I liked it.
Well, that's what
yours
the game
sound
is.
right. You never know what it's gonna be.
All right,
It's all
and the last one for
Just-
tonight
luck.
is
Down luck.
hallucinate.
I already know what that means.
Yeah.
Not in
Is
the
it
terms
not
of
in
what
the
it would have
It's
been.
a new
It's a
context
new
of
context.
halluc- okay.
Hallucinate.
So hallucinate. It's when you're
You have to sound that one out.
maybe it's
It's a
maybe
whole
it's
hallucinates in.
maybe it's hoodlums.
Get that one?
Hoodlum is innate. Hoodlums
Hallucinate.
that are
No.
up to something.
No,
I don't know.
no,
That's
okay.
tough.
Okay. All right. So
Hallucinate, it's when you're so hungry. I don't know. I'm trying to use 8, but I don't know. Greg, are you sure it's not just a
it's
regular
Yeah,
old
I'm sure.
hallucinate?
hate. That's what it is.
Oh, but it's like
hoodlums of hate.
gaslighting.
Okay. Gaslighting. Okay. Yeah. All right.
I don't.
I'm
Greg?
locked
I'm gonna
in.
go with the age old, and I'm gonna say it's when you're high on mushrooms and you're like going crazy and you see like the devil comes to chill
I
out.
just love and support you no matter what you do. I don't want you to hallucinate about
Thank you.
this.
Okay.
So
Greg,
I
what's
think
yours?
hallucinate is maybe when you believe something about somebody online that is not reality. You make stuff
Hmm.
up
You
about
think
them.
you're married to Megan Fox or something?
Oh.
I don't know about that, but yeah. So
Oh, I like
let's
that.
It's a
Darn
verb.
right.
Computers, digital technology of a machine learning program to produce false information contrary to the intent of the user and present it as true and factual.
Okay.
Okay. So there you go.
Wow. That's interesting.
Okay,
yeah.
we all.
So
we're all
nobody
wrong?
got any
Keaton's
points
trying to
tonight
do
except
to
Jasmine. Half
Jasmine
point.
tonight.
Jasmine wins with a half a
So
point.
I win with a half a
That's
point.
unbelievable. That's
Cool.
the first time ever we've
That's
not
actually
had
the
points.
lowest scoring game we've
score
ever had.
Yes. Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you don't need to have a lot. You just
throw the word
That's
out
the
to
double
Keaton and
bagger.
see how he would respond.
What do you think
to our
cakeage
word.
is? Keaton?
Cakeage?
Yeah, cakeage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Think about it.
Cakeage?
Cakeage.
Like if
Yeah.
something's caked on too much? I don't know. I'm like 0 for 4 so
That's
far,
been guessed
guys.
before. Yeah. Yeah. That's all right. I get you.
I've been really disappointed.
I'm over.
Oh my gosh.
What?
She said she was disappointed in him.
I'm
Okay.
But what did
disappointed
he
in all of
say?
us
I'm over
tonight.
this?
We're
Is that what he
usually
said?
all good. We all had different definitions to every
I
word,
know.
and nobody got
them.
anything.
Yeah. So cakeage is
And mine was
either
only
a big
kind of right.
booty or it's the fee that's
Hey.
charged when you bring your own cake into a restaurant.
Hey, okay,
And
they-
well,
and
the
they
first
charge
one
you a
I got
fee.
it.
Yeah. Well, we didn't really know what you meant. So
What
I
did
thought
you
you
say?
said you were
got a
over
booty.
this.
She has some cake.
No.
No.
that's what we all thought. Okay, so then Keaton wins.
Okay,
then?
we'll
Is
give
that
it
what you're
to
telling
you.
me
I mean,
that I
I
He
didn't
lose?
wins.
know.
Hey.
Understand Keatonisms.
Okay.
But
So hey, what were we gonna? Was there the one last thing you said, Jasmine?
No,
There wasn't.
nothing at all.
Nothing.
I don't know what you're talking
hit the
about.
hang up button. It's what she said.
and
She has shit to do.
that's been Gen Lab with Keaton, and that was great. Thanks, Keaton, for coming on. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely.
Yes,
I was
You
Keaton.
are
super excited to be a part of it.
hilarious.
Yeah, we can do it again.
Yeah, and I
If you want, wait, he's like,
no, I'll come on.
I don't
Yeah,
want to do
let's
that.
do it.
Okay,
Yeah,
Hey,
but-
so
sounds good.
Darren's gonna have us exit out here.
Oh, yeah.
No, we
sorry.
don't need to do all this.
No,
really?
I think
Look
I
at
do
him.
this.
I love it. That's my favorite part.
Save me. Okay.
Yeah. Fantastic.
So nice. Thank you. We did good this time.